standing out to you, Hypok?
No, actually, I mean, V1, obviously we talked about the differences really with Jammy stepping into this. Actually lacking the raise this time around in place of a Killjoy. No Rainer either, obviously going onto the Jet here. So a little bit of a switch up. No real surprises on the side of Liquid, I'll be honest. Again, we've kind of seen them embrace this Brim Viper on a couple of different maps, on a couple of different occasions as well. And obviously Scream coming onto the stage, making the battle stage look good the last few times we've seen it.
I mean, giving Scream the ability to heal himself and fight some more is always terrifying, right? It's just shiver down the spine. But now we know everything coming into this. It is time to finally get into game. EU up against NA, the first time we get to see this. And V1 have to face off against Liquid, who came through in that first spot from the EMEA qualifiers. They came in and pipped Fnatic to the post. This is what they're all battling for, of course, that trophy that will be awaiting, and it's time to get into it. Liquid starting out on the defensive side, and V1 having to bring some fire to this, as Scream will be the one waiting on the other side.
Yeah, actually going to throw the wall down. It's a 5-man stack actually outside, but just going to crack through the wall for the time being. Nobody forcing their way past the orb on A main. I guess actually just anticipating a little bit of aggression through mid here. A deep smoke and sewers actually, but nobody from Liquid stretching out, and a few of them now drifting towards A heaven actually to give Scream some reinforcements.
A note, of course, bear in mind Yampy is a bit of a raid boss. The light armor with the frenzy invested on him, something to look out for in these games, and Yampy might be the one to get the contact through this smoke now. Vanity and Effie is just about to cross through blind as a bat, didn't even expect anything, just walked on by, a casual stroll on a summer's day. Yampy finds two, and that's massive work from him. Big damage done as they try to get towards ropes. The next challenger, guess who's waiting, baby? It's going to be Scream, just sat patiently. And he sees nothing. Big information, allowing the Viper, which is Cryptix, to lean back towards heaven a touch on the backside of stairs.
Still got an opportunity here. Solcast actually coming all the way through Garage is going to give some more information across. Scream actually now goes hunting. We'll find Jammies inside vent. He can come back out and play his life, but Zellsis the whole time was lurking outside A main. Link.
Look at this spot though from
wise to the fact it could be.
Cryptix. His form's been on the up recently as well. It's something we didn't get to talk on, and Link's position does pay dividends in the end, but of course your highlight players will be your Yampy and Scream, right? They're the first that you touch on. But then I have to highlight that Cryptix has, as of late, with Link, really been on an upward trajectory. And this freebie to start with, what happened?
He actually gets the second there on the reload as well. Penny unable to close that one out. But yeah, really well played that entire time, actually. Zellsis sat outside A main. You can see Link playing very, very disciplined over on towards heaven. Again, even just the preemptive molly, as soon as that contact comes through a mid, they're expected to split. So it keeps Zellsis in a spot where he's not really able to find any value on that lurk.
Scream, going walkabouts here. He's got players on the other side. Oh, no, Zellsis, you don't get to try and be this brazen. Scream's, he's confident. He's holding this and he's not backing away. Yeah, they're up against pistols, but the Sheriffs, he's going to push further forward. The smoke's going to keep them occluded on the other side. Jammies and Penny, we know what NA's like. They love to walk a smoke, and Scream loves to destroy North Americans, apparently. So at this point, Liquid, mad advantage here. I don't know how you get a frag, but let's look at how Liquid are posturing up, Hypok. They are looking aggressive in the way they're leaning in these rounds.
Yeah, come through with a Prime Gaming flawless here in round 2. Didn't even break a sweat. And again, just on the contact of the wall, tries to pop in. It's actually a second player to stack up behind Screen this time around. And again, I love the swing here to come through to tap the orb, make him think that it's only Scream outside here just trying to bait a peek. At that point, the round's all but done. Soulcast cleans things up in mid. It gives them a really good opportunity here to get the economy rolling nice and early, play through a bonus round here with these Spectres.
And this is where you want to see V1 really shake it off. Just, you know, back to usual, business as usual. No problems. This is our map pick. Shake it off a little. But look at Team Liquid. They are so postured up for a fight. This is hyper-aggressive, and this isn't... I mean, Yampy, sure, he's an aggressive player, but this is kind of extending a little beyond that. Now, I like it with the Spectres. You're working with something that's not going to give you those range fights. Why not try and do something a little different? Don't mind it. Take the map control. Force V1 to try and clear it back through. Maybe use some of that utility. Not just yet. They're happy guns out for now, and Cryptix going to try and keep this safe.
You're going to throw down the wall now and give a little bit of breathing space. At least if Yampi does want to fall back. Zelsis actually going to find him through onto Heaven, though.
Do they cancel?
Actually, I was going to say, the readjustment's coming through from Liquid, other than Link and sit through on Heaven here. And meanwhile, V1 actually drifting towards A, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Liquid are expecting them to cancel potentially, or, you know, go off the back of that pick that they got towards Heaven. But no, it's going to be Link seeing all of this now. He's going to probably catch Zelsis at the end, potentially. Yeah, he's going to push this one now. Zelsis caught with utility in hand, not ideal. Scream with the spam doesn't quite connect. We're down to a 4v4, but keep in mind this is a bonus round for Liquid. This should go V1's way. But Liquid are here in a decent amount of time. They could play this retake off. Let's see what damage can be done. You want this to be clean if you're a V1 fan.
Still got some utility to play with as well. Sokka's actually going to throw out. It's a 3-man push from V1 through screens, actually. The damage comes through, a 1-for-1 trade here, but that plays more into Liquid's favor. But Scream, unfortunately, elsewhere. Able to make too much progress, and now V1 can sit and ride this out. I mean, Scream ultimately here just wants to do damage, and actually, yeah, you're going to see them put the wall down to try and negate that. And want Scream be getting any more kills in this scenario. Unfortunately, he should just try and die out. I don't think he's got the opportunity to even try and save a weapon. One was stuck under the wall there, but 2 kills, a little bit of damage done. Version 1 will close that one out.
Yeah, this is... You love these starts. Zelsis gets that, and obviously he's on the receiving end of a little bit of an unfortunate one on the back of it as they're trying to work up the ramp, but you know, it works both ways. But this is good for V1. One, to keep this many rifles up, convert the bonus, well, not even convert the bonus, but not get done on over on the bonus, so they get to keep these rifles, build on forward. This is going the way that they'd at least want to get themselves back into this here. Opt out early for Yampi, though. That's something we have to keep in mind. The man gets very aggressive. You thought NA gets aggressive? Wait till you see what this guy does. Sometimes it's to his own detriment. But Link's fancying it too. They are pushing every extremity. I'm a little baffled by that. Link gonna overextend and get caught out by Penny, who's gonna punish that happily, just sitting somewhat in a default, considering you still have the Killjoy in mid and you have Astra over towards that B-hall push-up.
I like this. Again, I'm gonna take that kill on A, anticipate a little bit of a readjustment from Liquid, but hasn't actually come through. Solkas still shoulder peeking through to Garage. He's going to catch 2 sets of footsteps, actually. Now, no utility shown. Nano Swarm comes through, and the wall about to go down. That should be the green light for Liquid to try and rotate
Yampi
across to B. Ooh, he does find one. Zelsis will fall.
Huge start. They now know there's more, but he did give up Heaven position, so there might be pressure through that eventually. Now, it does seem as though there's going to be someone trying to fill that gap for now. Yampi going to be kind of turreting between both. And maybe at this point, they're going to have a springboard of Penny, right? They're going to use Penny as their pivot point. They're going to be allowing basically all these rotations to be caught up by him. Yampi's going to lose that up unless he pulls off something filthy. The Finn's known for it, though. But as said, the space garnered by Jammies getting this much room is fantastic. Now Jammies, though, going to let that pass. Penny does find Yampi. That's the punish on rotation through middle. And Liquid have no idea what to do with this now. They're in between no man's land, but Scream bullies his way forward through Jammies. And now there's still a problem to be had here. It's a 3v3 post-plant. It ain't over yet.
It's not, and Penny's position would have been noted, so they should come hunting for this, but Solkas swings out. Scream will trade onto one, but Penny's going to find his 4th there. Cryptic's full. Scream going to invest the res, actually swings through, and Penny will pick up the 5-piece here. Obviously, res excluding. A really, really nice recovery there. Again, I think Liquid anticipating that Penny was still going to rotate through, but he already got himself tucked outside, and unfortunately, Scream couldn't catch him on the cross from ropes. But again, with Jammies creeping through, this is the sort of thing I was talking about yesterday, putting him on that role that initially on Killjoy and then Viper once again, where he can play distance, he can be in that lurk, and he finds so much space. And then just the one-side adjustment, like you said, leaving Penny in mail there, it's basically the round's done for them. They can take all the time in the world.
It's the perfect catch from Penny. That positioning, just punishing the rotations. It's a thing that everyone theory crafted was going to be such an integral piece on Split early on, and it is when you see it like that. Yampi was in the right place. He was doing well with that op, but that's going to be ripped away from him. Not going to be collected or decided to be utilized by V1 at this point. Soulcast does find Penny there. Now, he does receive a lot of damage for it, but this is just Sheriff's Frenzies. There is armor behind it, so it's not a fully light purchase.
It's going to flash up here as Yampi also has the Blade Storm at his disposal. Soulcat's going to find another one. Effie's finally puts him down.
No,
Cryptic's
no.
down. Comes through. The res invested too.
What is going on? What? This is not meant to be this messy. This is scraps. This is bits and pieces. Scream's going to try and tell the boys, get on over towards B, try and catch that cross from CT, which they might be able to do with that ult coming up for Yampi now. Vanity's going to be on point here. He's doesn't quite find what he wanted. A tag's not perfect, but it's going to at least give them the safety on the cross for the spike to get through.
You should run.
Actually, Lockdown going to get invested as well here. Actually, V1 in an awkward position because they got to cross back over, and I don't think they have decent utility enough to do it, actually. Nebula will allow them to do so. Nobody detained on that one. Yeah, but the weapons now could be the deciding factor here for Liquid.
Celsius goes unchecked on, though. This could be massive. The timing's everything. Liquid still looking like a threat here, bear in mind. They double swing towards the back of side. Good work from Cryptix to close out, just making sure it doesn't go astray. But Cryptix and Link, they're going to have to try and deal with this one or put Scream to task. They don't know where these final players are. Effie's warded away slightly, but takes away the player on the defuse. And now timing, they have no idea where Vanity is. They've lost track of him. He's going to try and stop it. Scream still sits and he gets taken away. Excellent play in the end from V1 to get that one back together. That got so dicey in the end, but V1 do convert.
It's unfortunate they didn't manage to get the half defuse off. Vanity down to 24 HP. Finally coming back on, but Soulcat's opening things up beautifully on Heaven here. Unfortunately, I mean, as soon as this kill comes through from Cryptix, I'm surprised they didn't swing onto that res. Try and capitalize on that. But again, a lot of damage done. A lot of damage done by Liquid there. Yes, Version 1 come out with the round win, but ties things up, but actually, sorry, puts one round ahead for Version 1, but going to keep the economy honest for the time being.
If you're looking at the victories in that regard, Liquid would probably be somewhat happy with that round, and they're going to be happy with that sort of thing. Scream, just like a thief in the night, steals the headshot away. Jammies is dead and buried. Now, Yampi's going to re-aggress on the angle, potentially try and retake towards this, but Vanity, 1 HP, all he's got to play with in this. Going to have to back away. Yampi going to hold the angle, fall off slowly, leave Scream to pick it back up now. Trying to deal with these actual spread of threats. Keep in mind, they've had contact towards B, they've had contact towards ramp. There's actually a lot of strain throughout this map.
Version 1 spread a little thin this round. I mean, Spike still safe, so they can potentially reset towards A main. Especially with Zelsis getting all the way up on ramp right now. If Scream comes back to keep peeking this, you might not have any idea that Zelsis has managed to thread his way all the way up here. The Seeker's going to come through, though, and will reveal his position. Zelsis got to make a move ahead of it, but Scream whites to it. Will land another headshot here. Zelsis falls. Vanity now
30 seconds.
pushing up ramp.
But of course, Yampi will be peeking this. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. Scream denies Effie's. Scream's just walking around headshot and everything, man. It's just... How are you meant to deal with that? Vanity's going to make a good attempt of it, but the timing's better for Scream. The op could be recovered if they want it. I think they're going to try and find it real quick for Yampi. They do get it back up. But Scream that round being the MVP, filling the void, filling any gaps that could have been exploited that V1 were looking for. They had a couple of favorable fights that any other player might have won it, but Scream, you know, being Scream.
Angle's just so cheeky. I mean, it's not something you'd ever pre-aim there, especially with the both walls going down, the Viper and the Sage wall. Scream already putting on a show here on Split. Already broken double digits as well. Again, a couple of really important rounds for him. Yampi now. Expect him to start trying to rotate this operator around in the early round, at least go for a couple of different peaks.
Ooh,
Version 1 guessing.
Hero rifle coming out. I want to see what he does with it. Soulcast going to be fed information that he got it off the first flash that he threw down towards middle. There was players there, so well aware of the presence and the double stack towards Heaven. Scream's in the right place to potentially support this if they did try and convert through mailroom, but I have to wait and see if they get anything here. Of course, Effie's the one to be trying to deal the killing blow. They do have some decent armor invested as well, a frenzy or two. Soulcast, gotta be careful on this. This isn't an easy one. Are they gonna flash through the smoke? They are. Yeah, Soulcast goes. It's gonna be a freebie. Scream right beside him. Where's the danger? Anything? No. Soulcast and Scream come together perfectly here. Great usage of the Sky Flash through the wall. I should have said that prior to him doing that, but you know, it's fine. The initial plan worked well.
That's the beautiful setup, but it's timed to perfection as well. Ultimately, Penny was spotted out, not dealt with. And the remaining players all but revealed. And that hero rifle actually now in the hands of Penny, but down to 3 HP. Going to be really difficult for them to recover anything here. And look towards Liquid to try and keep all 5 alive. Like I said, get themselves back in a decent position financially. That's going to stack up.
Player standing. 10 seconds left.
Damn. Well, clean as anything. Bear in mind that this was a hero rifle and a couple of sheriff's bits and pieces. That could be a rifle recovered. Anyone there to take it away? Yes. Link says, nope.
Nice.
Nothing from this for you, mate. Okay, we go again. Now, keep in mind with Soulcast as well in that sky, it's something that I think we all came to enjoy was those fake flashes he loves to throw out. Whether or not he tried to do that maybe as a sound cue, I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. We'll say it. We'll say it for you. But he has been known to do them, but I love that little pop flash for the smoke. It's a little risky against what could be pistols, but hey, if it gets the confidence building, they start feeling themselves out. And that's the one bonus, I think, of having someone like Scream, right? It's always going to be that grand equalizer. And again, he's in the right place at the right time on the A site as this A hit's potentially coming in. This could be just genuinely Liquid reading pretty well what V1 are trying to do here.
That's going to counter wall here.
I love it. This is huge. Screams down, links down. Great work on the entry from V1. This is a massive start. Soulcast can do a great flash on this. Pushes it. Doesn't get what he wants, so Effys remains unblinded by that. The rest were actually pretty caught. Yampy now left alive, but that doesn't matter. It might be time to try and keep that op in play. Because that was the perfect counter wall. Great pressure together. Everyone facing, no one backing away from that. Great work from V1.
Yeah, I gotta say it as well. Soulcast looking to kind of dip his toe before they get full site control. Maybe a little bit of an overstep. Yes, the flash was good, but should be relayed that there was 4 people that counterwalled over in that scenario. I don't really see him finding enough value to make it worthwhile. Cryptix and Yampy just going to sit all the way back in defensive spawn here. Again, conversely, I mean, minimal investment on a buy round from V1. Outside of that, still got Viper's Pit, still got the Cosmic Divide, still got the Revive. A nice round, and again, a good adjustment. You know, with Scream walling off A main a few times this time, they're set up again once with 5 in the early round, and just able to pick up both of these for free on the back of just the investment of the wall, right? See, right here, I don't think Soulcast ever really finds anything that's worth putting your life on the line for there.
No.
And again, yes, you're faced with the fact that even if he doesn't, they're then faced with a 3v5 retake, but
Welcome to my world.
Where are we investing this? Cryptix still chilling.
You want to fight it?
Penny gonna work forward. He's gonna springboard off this. Penny just picks up the pace already, though. The divide comes through. Penny gonna take towards the back of the site. They know Cryptix is here, but there is another now lingering around. You got Soulcast by his side. Flash is ready if needed. 2 to the name. Spike gonna go down though straight away. This is a nice little site take coming in. The post plant might be the tricky piece.
Yep, Link does have that Orbital Strike available here. Scream has the Revive as well. And a full 5v5 here. You can see V1 trying to reset towards Garage here. Maybe try and play this utility. Actually, Orbital Strike gets invested in Garage here. Can do a lot of damage, but no kill coming through just yet. Soulcast finally trades and will send out the Seekers.
Yeah, that gives away the mid position that was going to be slowly worked on, trying to be built through in the end. But now already Cryptic's going to be on towards the defuse. You can see it there in the top right of the screen. Keep your eyes on it. Halfway's achieved. Back on towards it. The kills do come through. Effys with the save, taking down Cryptix. Great work from him. Soulcast tries to put his life on the line. Denied in the end. Effys with a huge save.
Really nice execution there actually on to B, and it happened so early that Jammies is able to reset all the way back into spawn and get that lineup. So all of the utility invested actually on Liquid on the retake. Yes, it was very coordinated and well synergized, but it's completely negated. First time to see one of these executions come out. Soulcast did really well on site here and picks up the 3rd into main as well, but fortunately the utility is just too strong there in version 1. And Effys actually gets the fade away there. Left vulnerable by the snake bite.
Yampy, hello. And that's a name we haven't been saying too much on this op that he's been running. We didn't get to see it too much. And actually, Jammy's on the other side opting for it as well, but already a player down in the form of Penny. It's a little rough, and you can see him falling away. He's got Soulcast still there. Gonna send out the old doggo, see if he can get some info. Gonna see enough, and that actually encourages Scream, if anything, to play through by Rope side, falls away, and they're getting picked apart here, V1 on these mid takes, down to just 3 now.
I almost feel like they've found way more success with kind of spreading very thin on that default and trying to take these individual pieces of contact. Yep. Scream now actually going to have it all to do here. Finds the first, finds the second. Vanity and Zelsis both removed here. Jammy's next in line here. All the way at the top of ramp. Operator in hand. Last man standing for V1.
Position now noted. They're going to close the gap. Scream wants it all. Doesn't quite get it. Jammy's nice. Now he needs to go massive, and that ain't bad. But Yampy's going to say, look, you can have some flash, but I'll get the round. Don't worry about it. We're all back in this one. But what a start to come through. 5-5 now. And I think I'm with you on that. Some of these side takes, you know, when they kind of go for the default and then lean into the side takes, look fantastic. I don't love the mid pieces. They're getting picked off a little here. And Scream just makes this game sound like a musical. I swear to you, the bells just ring way too often. He makes it look so simple.
No, you break a sweat. Look at that. You can crack a smile. All in a day's work for land Scream. MP gonna rotate once again. And here, V1 actually, first time we've seen him lean heavily towards B. The turret's going to go out now. Does that spot Yampy?
He's going to
not going to fire initially. He's got this.
He's sticking this. Yeah, it's great for the first. Zelsis is going to be put down. He knows there's going to be probably more on this one. Those all-in sight hits were working. It's a good read from Liquid, but outdone by FEs. Big step through from him, and he's been great on some of these moments. That clutch, keep your mind towards that. That's been big work from him, but Cryptic's going to pick up the mantle. Soulcast playing close. Penny's been pretty good on finding Cryptics, though. Let's see how this one now unfolds. Already he's going to start seeing that wrap coming in from the brim as well. Link's cleared all through A. There's no one here. He might be a little bit paranoid about maybe sewer, but that wall almost going to commit in the mind now. 2 more players are going to be here. They've got to know this is the site take.
Scream's actually got a really nice angle over the top of this. If anybody's drifting away from the wall, Cryptics goes unchecked, though. He finds one.
And you could see then the flash. You saw the fake flash from Soulcast to try and set it into play to turn them in towards anti-flash, but Soulcast still going to send one more, catch another. Scream still waiting on top, trying to keep any bit of vision on a pixel out of place. While this happens, Link is on the flank. Great work from Soulcast. Scream by his side. We're down to just Penny now. Needs to find some brilliance here in these moments. A tag on Scream is good, but every second that closes, you're gonna have Link just filling the void. Isolates one, sprays on the second. Scream says no, and Liquid take the lead.
A good recovery there. And again, it was back and forth for a while. Scream had a really, really good spot over the top of the wall coming out of B main. Yeah, that's right. Again, Cryptics are... It's unfortunate, really can't find another there and gets traded so quickly, so you got to credit V1 for that. Like you said, I love the setup. The fake flash comes through that tries to make them turn away to open things up for Liquid, but they remain calm through that, close it out, and actually come into the last one. Penny with the Blade Storm, only a Sheriff to boot. Zelsis and Jammies both got their ultimates online as well, so I don't know if Version1 can get into a position to use these. Penny gonna dash straight on.
Close that gap. Yeah, he wants to get into it, but Link's already found him. That's the main threat gone. Now the rest of the pack gonna try and work through, but they look a little lost. And Link's gonna find him a home in the grave, and already down to 3. Vanity, Zelsis, and Jammies. What can they do with this now? Everyone's here. The Killjoy ult does come in, but it's still Link just still popping off at this point. Vanity and Zelsis gonna have to find something out of this. They're gonna get a little bit of room, I guess, but that room's now been taken away. Cryptics forced off the angle. They might be able to step towards the site, but they desperately want to kill first.
They're really difficult here with Vanity still... Actually, he does have a weapon there. I'm sure he's still opting for the Sheriff there in Hell, but it'd be difficult, really, if Liquid can just remain disciplined and looking at the utility. Perfect.
The timing.
Cryptic steals with him.
Zelsis, that's one. Needed a second. Yampy not going to let him have it. And it's going to be Liquid keeping that advantage going forward. V1, though, I think they are not looking like slouches at all. Some of these pieces have looked quite good, but again, if Scream's having a game, it's hard to get past, and the rest of Liquid also looking pretty solid, but 17 on the half.
Yeah, 17 and 5 for him. Just doing Scream things, honestly. And the way in which we see him play is just isolating these weird little angles time and time again, and also being the one to put the brakes on some of these splits coming through from version 1 that ultimately go in favor of V1. I feel like they could have potentially closed out those rounds with the positions that Scream is playing. In particular, I mean, through ropes and heaven on 8. Also, when he's flexed onto mid as well, but 7-5 the half. Really now, I mean, the pressure comes on because we know what Liquid are capable of on the attack on split and how coordinated things could be. An early wall going to go down, be dealt with immediately by Liquid.
Yeah.
Now they can drift away. It's a big tool
away,
off
right?
the table. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, again, keep in mind, I'd say this is a big gateway for V1 to have a longer series, and that's just purely off the map pool. This wasn't one of Liquid's strengths. They've had a couple of losses here for sure. So if you want to see V1 do well, you got to hope that they can pick back up in the second half, reignite that lead. It looks like we're going to be seeing that A piece come through, which means Penny's going to be the one to greet it at the door. You do have the Killjoy on swing being Zelsis over by Pillar. And Liquid slowly clearing through. Smoke's going to be put down any moment now by Link, I'm sure. And now we wait. Penny gonna actually let the first cross. Great trigger discipline, but gets noted. He now needs to make some play happen. He's just made a meal of it. Gets himself caught up here, and Liquid on the burst looking good. Zelts is still alive, though. Gonna get a little tag on towards Scream, but it's not enough just yet. He needs more. He still wants the fight on him, wants to isolate, but by now Cryptix finds Effie's. Vanity folds towards Scream, but looking what's alive. We've got a 3v2, make it just one. Link, the last one, standing up against Vanity and Jammies, but a good connection on Vanity gives him a chance. He's got the spike, and he can make a run for it.
No smokes left, but a 1 HP advantage for Link here as he's going to hightail it towards B site. Does have his molly as well, so opportunity for him. Play a little bit of a post-plant position here.
Spike planted.
Jammies now going to hear it come through. Snakebite also on the side of Jammies, but it's going to be really interesting here. Straight up 1v1, and both of them are hurting.
Basically one bullet, maybe two at most each, really. Utility-wise, Molly on Link's side too, so they each have a little piece of utility potentially for this post-plant, but Link has no idea how close Jammies was. Jammies now has to try and clear through this site with so little time and so little information, but you can see him just checking the corners as he goes. First touch, now made. He wants to get to halfway. We know what they're like here. Link with the shoulder peek, gets it. Very calm work from Link there, just making sure on the shoulder, and it will be the first in the second half for Liquid.
And I love that as well. It's rare you ever see a round go like that and then still think, actually, contingency-wise, it's the man in the back lines with the spike, right? You usually expect it to come through, and you want the opportunity to kind of plant the spike in the chaos and have that anchor position opportunity for where Link was playing, but really, really well considered that. Liquid will close out the pistol round on their attack also. A big round for them to pick up.
Anything unique in this? Obviously the utility investment, no surprise, but there it is.
There's a Bucky.
The Bucky. just do it. Go on, Vanity. You're in the right place, right time. Just make it happen. Okay. Oh no, that's an issue. They're gonna now notice. Okay, new angle, new position maybe. Now the rotations come in. They're gonna have 3 players pretty close by. Mid rotation being watched by Link, but clear through towards the side. Vanity still here, gonna try and slow down, isolate a few, and he might have just done that. Yampy a little alone for now. Penny did find Link, so now suddenly they've lost that mid lurk that could have been very helpful late game, and Liquid feeling a little bit isolated here, maybe feeling very cornered in. Vanity waits, and he strikes. One's good, but it's not enough. Cryptix and Scream triple down. They're staying together as packing. They're reading Zelsis on the flank here. After the pickup on Link, it's predicted, and it's read well. Penny's dead and buried Liquid. Lovely conversion after a little bit of danger was had.
I like that though. Penny dashing all, sorry, not Penny. Yampy dashing all the way to back site there. Again, it causes version 1 to invest a little bit of utility to try and keep Vanity alive in that spot. This is Potter so poetically put, just ratting behind default here with the Bucky. Does find Yampy, but again, completely nullified by the triple swing on site there. Really, really well handled. I think as soon as they get that sound cue, the tendency is for Liquid to want to drift away from Garage, right? And just say, don't go near it. If there's the opportunity that any of them are forced and there's a Bucky in play, don't come into these weird angles where, you know, V1 can sit close and make use of the lesser weapons. But with a disciplined approach, they completely isolate Vanity.
Soulcast, just making it a little trickier with the flash, but it's all gravy. Vanity still waiting. Look, these angles, man.
It's a judge
they
now.
Can be nasty. Yeah, exactly. It's just like he's giving himself a couple more to work with, right? So at this point, you've got mid-control toyed with for Liquid. They kind of walked up, went to ropes, fell back. Look how deep V1 are playing this. You still have that stage and Killjoy super deep towards A, leaning back on over towards Heaven, kind of on those fast rotations potentially. And it looks like Liquid, after showing presence in mid, going to fall back towards this B site take.
Soulcast going to clear all these close angles here. Get the information they have a clear path. They're actually going to spot. Damn, he's all the way back behind default here. Yampy has to close the distance here. We'll come through. The flash is good, but no kill comes through. Yampy's going to slip through the net. He's got all the way into defensive spawn.
Yeah, but they can't hit the brakes here. Jammies gets to have his way with at least 2 of them, but now the trades did come out. Now keep in mind, a bonus round for Liquid. These are rifles and yes, a judge for Vanity, but this is big guns on the line here, and Yampy's position is a problem. Vanity can't get past it. Yampy just beheads him. And now the 2v2. Penny with the instant trade, doesn't want to get it to go away. Cryptic's investing the ult in this one. Still on the side, Cryptic's finds it. And now it's just Effie's. He clutched out before, he needs to do it again. This could be a disaster for V1. On the rifles, up against Spectres. And Liquid living in the smoke here. Cryptic's playing the angle so well, making Effie's work for this. And around he goes. And another angle cut off from him.
Yep.
There's no way back in. That's all you're going to get here. Effie's has to walk into the trap that they have set. The spam, it ain't bad. It ain't bad, but it does not matter. Effie's needs to back away. It's going to be double digits on the board for Liquid. And this is going to be heartbreak for V1. That was the rifles now gone.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, yeah, Yampy slips through, and ultimately they can't stop. They can't wait for Yampy to do something. And a kill comes through from Version 1. At that point, you think if they can regain site control, actually they're not looking in that bad a position. But the trade comes through, and Yampy's able to just run rampant. Run rampant in defensive spawn.
And this is the one that's the nuisance, isn't it? Yampy making such a light work of the player coming through back on CT. And the map control in this post plant, even that late utility coming out from the Viper to deny any way back through. What are you meant to do with that? It was so tricky. But it sounds like we're already off to a bit of a kicker of a start. Straight in is going to be just... Okay, high noon over towards A, I guess. Both of them just facing each other down. We're going to have a 1-for-1 trade out. Bear in mind, though, that Liquid are with the rifles and V1... Oh. That's pretty unlucky.
Yeah, he actually had an opportunity to do real damage there. I don't think 2 members of Liquid are even ready for that peek there. Zelsis already getting upstairs, though.
This could be
stomping
nice.
Through, so going to give away. Yeah, going to find Link actually on the first. No counter peek, but Scream finally will trade that one out. It comes to a 3v2 in favor of Liquid here. Effie's did upgrade as well, so he's got the Phantom at his disposal.
I don't know if he maybe got that off of one of the players they picked up over towards A. I'm not 100% sure, so I want to see what Effie's monies might be like here, because... Yeah, maybe they did buy a little more into it. Yeah, heavy armor, I guess, coming out for Penny too, but maybe expecting the ult could come on. But by now, it's a 2v3 trying to play this back in, and Cryptic's once again in these post plants. He is such a huge factor. Look at it. As soon as they think, oh, we can get there, the wall's about to drop. Nope, you're going to take a boatload of damage to do it. Scream still at the back of sight. Flash comes in. Time perpetually being bought in this. Effie's with a great pickup on Scream. And the spike, well, it's not really planted much for Liquid, but Cryptic's happy to fight back in. But Effie's again doing so much work, but the time is going to be close on this one.
He's actually got it comfortably. Oh, not sure about that one. Again, a little overzealous to step forward as 2 at least on Liquid. They could have sent 2 individuals there just to run the clock down even further at that point. But Effie's puts a big round on the board for Version 1 here.
And
on the back of...
It's just this point, the double up from both of them.
I mean, at that point, they just need to buy. Well, what is it? 1.92 seconds left on the defuse, right? They just need to buy another second or two. So, in that scenario, don't stack up. Send 2 1v1s. Make it as difficult as possible. Make Effies dig you out of those positions.
And hey, we're not going to say that Liquid don't occasionally make these kind of shaky mistakes on occasion. They definitely have, and we have seen it cause some problems down the line. I think for now, if V1 find more of those, as the desk highlighted, if they can kind of pressure and find some of these pressure points that will hurt Liquid and kind of, I guess, worm their way into it, it's a huge, huge moment for them to strike on it. But at 6-10, they have to keep this going now. That was the first kind of chip in the armor I think we've seen now potentially show, but it was one mistake. At 6-10, the ultimate invested there as seen, still in towards middle, going to make this trickier. And a lean towards A coming out from the attacking side.
Obviously, with Jammy's investing his ultimate in mid here, going to cut off entire lane. And still 2 players actually. Scream going to send some slow orbs over. That should be enough information for V1 to send one extra. Yampy trying to close the gap here. Zelsis finds a nano swarm as well. The Seekers go out, going to give away the information on site, but Vanity still finds a kill from there.
That's so well held in the end. Now Solkas and Scream quickly trying to grab what they can. Rez comes out, Yampy's on his feet, but here comes the counterplay through, and Effies and Jammies, they're not letting that slip. Jammies, considering he had to step into this, has been doing really well for himself.
And actually, that one puts Liquid back in a very precarious position in terms of their economy. Zelsis loves that. Actually popping both nano swarms as part of the spray transfer, just all the way through there.
How fantastic.
Really, really good stuff. And actually a really good adjustment there from Zelsis to come back and find the opportunity to put the lockdown in. Obviously, Yampy desperate to close the distance towards screens there and basically make use of that time where it's potentially only 1 or 2 members of V1 on a site. Penny goes hunting in mid, actually. A swing and a miss.
Yeah, but a loud answer back, though. So they know there's a great deal of presence working up through middle. Soulcast can't quite find as much as he'd want from that, but looking at this as the Judge and a Spectre, armor behind it, so it's not a complete just eco. This is a little bit of a force up to an extent. Slow's fantastically placed, going to bide time and keep Liquid from having any quick start to this.
Effies and Jammies both stacked up here now, and actually it's 3 if you include Penny as well now, holding down Garage with the operator. Liquid waiting for somebody to give something away. Yampy now actually going to come through the double cloudburst and the dash. He's got himself all the way into hell with this Judge here. Can potentially do damage, but again, Jammies and Effie's playing distance here. Jammies going to swing back around. He finds the 3-piece.
Fantastic again from Jammies, just filling the gap when needed. No threats being allowed to be built up here. Good control, even off to the back of what could have been Yampy slipping through the lines again. No problem, they keep cool under pressure. V1 really making a case for themselves now. We're back towards the build-up here. No threats to be made for Liquid in that round, and V1 stabilizing. Keeping those guns up, trying to keep that money building in the right direction. At 8-10, they are on the doorstep now.
Oh, indeed. Of this, the fact that Jammies and Effie's just come back and play distance, and then as soon as Yampy's down, it's like, yeah, we can come back. We'll recontest heaven here. Jammies does so well. Find all 3 here. Well, the trade finally comes through, but at that point, around all but done. See here was what Liquid can get going. Is a full purchase come through. Orbital strike available as well. Just 1 member over towards A. Everybody else leaning between Sushi and Garage. Actually, a slight readjustment here on the side of V1 as well. You've now got Zelsis over towards A, and that triple stack once again. Let's see. All the way in A heaven here with the Viper will set up as well. So a couple of key bits of information for Liquid there to see if they can decipher that and make use of it.
We'll 48 seconds. Here comes the util. See what they can clear out on this one already. There's the orbital strike coming in as well. You highlighted earlier. Yampi gets found straight away, though. Zelsis says a big fat no, you're not getting in this time. And the rest of the four are just kind of sitting back here waiting for that start. But V1, they've got a great grip on this. Vanity on the swing, that's bold. Does get linked for his trouble, but it opens up the chance for a response. But Zelsis on heaven gets ripped on down from those rafters. And we leave it in a 2v2, but Penny's still on the site. He's got the op to hand. Now, does this force him off the angle? Not just yet. 12 seconds.
No way.
You're gonna walk through this. Penny! That is full NA work right there. All flash in the round probably to follow. Cryptix
No
falls.
way.
That is a big boy play coming out right there from Penny.
And again, just probably wildly unexpected as well for it to be Penny with the operator to full swing. As soon as that wall goes up, it allows both of them, Jammies and Penny, to set up behind it. And what a shot as well. I mean, you called it as well. The utility setup was perfect. Again, the sort of thing we've come to expect of Liquid in recent times here. Beautifully done. But there's four people just sat inside garage, just not really able to follow up on any of that chaos created on site.
And here's the reminder for the European players who've played North Americans at LAN before. Those smokes ain't walls. They're gonna walk through them. The smoke criminal got his name for a reason. What's that filthy game on the screen? Huh? Is that...
What is that?
What? That's Killjoy, at least. I don't know what that is. Ah, there's Valorant. Nice, nice. But tag timeout coming in. And we kind of have to then speak to the bigger picture of what this means, because V1 have had all the answers. There's been a lot, and it's forced the timeout from Liquid. And if you're a player, right, there is something to be said. There is something to be said about forcing a timeout from the opponents to come out, right? Because you know that you're in their heads now.
Yeah.
You know that you've got those answers.
Yeah, when it's the other team that has to say, guys, right, we've got to take a breather. Especially when, honestly, the start of this half, 3 rounds for Liquid, probably the best possible start, especially with the way in which they came out. But to then come back with Effie's closing out that round, we honestly it's been the downfall to then cost them a further 3 rounds. Now, obviously, within touching distance of tying things up here. Look at it as, I mean, Cryptix 1 away from his ultimate, Scream 1 off the revive. On the side of version 1, it's been honestly great ultimate management here, just on rotation. A couple of key pieces. I mean, Zelsis resetting for that lockdown over, actually after kind of dipping his toe and finding enough value to make it worthwhile and able to escape with his life. Other than that, there's not been an awful lot of investment from version 1. They haven't had to. And this was something we talked about before this series even started, was whether or not version 1 can make it puggy, make it very fast and loose. And really, you know, if they play slippery enough, Liquid are going to struggle to get a good control.
They've broken the money, and they're about to potentially get all even. NA fans, your boys are playing their hearts out for you right now, so you better be behind them already. People wrote off this team, and to an extent, I don't necessarily blame you, but Penny is making a damn good case for why you should be backing these boys going forward. Already the first pick in this round. Now, bear in mind, yeah, it's light armor and a couple of sheriffs, but that can always pose a threat. And it looks like a pinch towards A, possibly, maybe trying to aim towards heaven, but you can already see that util's in the way.
The Viper's bit here cutting off a lot of... Hey, man, Cryptix set up to deal with any members of V1 that decide to push through. Again, that Killjoy utility. The safety net just in case Liquid go exploring in ropes, and it does just that. I'm going to send Soulcast and Link elsewhere. The 2 players playing very deep. I mean, Vanity very exposed here, but Effie's now picking up the slack in B Heaven. He doesn't have to necessarily worry about that too much. Zelsis now curious as to what it was, and we'll find the spike on the back of Scream now. That's going to pull out the rotation, but they can't keep control of it for the time being. Leans back on Soulcast and Link to really make something happen from Mail here. They're going to spot out Penny here and maybe just try and isolate this 2v1.
Penny, I don't know if he's going to look too fussed by this. He's been kept so cool during this entire game. He's not looked threatened at all. Vanity, great control towards heaven. And V1 keep it clean. It's everything they'd have wanted. And we are back all even. 10-10. We got a game on our hands, Hypoc. I was a little worried. This might have been either, you know, Liquid just walking through. No, V1 have woken the hell up. And that is a prime gaming flawless round for you right there. Kicked off by Penny, looking formidable in this entire matchup. Zelsis denying any of those threats. And look at this control just coming out. No threat, no worries. Lovely adjustment. Good work from Vanity. Now, again, coming back into this, Liquid should be... I don't know where their money's at. They should be back on the buy. They've been light purchasing every now and then. I want to see what they can be. Yeah, they'll be fine in this one. But no build-up off the back. We have the op-out for Yampi. I wonder where they take this now.
Actually, not even taking a very active angle there at the start. I guess anticipating Penny once again. He's shown a lot of presence with that operator on B garage, and Yampi, you can see, cautious of it at least. Solcast gonna pave the way Yampi to move up here, maybe try and find an entry onto B here after the operator was not noted, but already now Penny rotating over, and again it's going to be 3 members of V1 for Liquid to deal with. And will he swing? He does actually swing out. This is the thing. As soon as he finds an opportunity, he's going to punish Liquid.
He's
and now he can just keep doing it.
You know he's going to double
dip. He can keep doing it.
You know he wants to so badly. Yampi is waiting, but now Yampi has to watch this smoke wall because Penny's been walking through him. Penny now waiting patiently on the back lines. Look, maybe it is going to be Penny S for the rest of this tournament. I don't care. Give him the S on the name. And he's going to find another. No. That's a second. Make it a third for me. Let's go. Not now. Soulcast finds him this time. But already so much damage done.
The Seeker's going to go out. It's going to reveal Zelsis in hell for the time being. But Vanity just swings out ahead of it.
Okay. Whew. I don't know how he stayed alive that long, but then the ultimate's going to come down because Zelsis and Jammies are flying in on it. 10 seconds now. It's just down to Scream. Somehow, V1 deny it again. It's 11 on the board.
I don't know how they still looked in total control there. Liquid able to close the distance, get up and play very close contact. And ultimately, once again, like I said, as soon as Penny kind of figures out that Liquid assumed this Viper wall gives them the safety, it really does it. And right here, I mean, Penny finding Yampi as well on, I guess, something you wouldn't consider even being an angle here. I'm getting a little bit worried now. If Penny can keep finding value with the operator, and this isn't even off the rip. It's not even as soon as the spawn barrier drops. That was on the back of him rotating all the way over and being first contact. Once again, Penny gonna find Screen to open this round up.
This round is with pistols, a little bit of armor behind it, but this would be the 12th on the board, which could be huge here. This is V1's map choice. We did highlight earlier how this balances out, but the turnaround from V1 here, after being in the pocket of Team Liquid for a little bit of time, is impeccable for them. This is going to be a huge benefit, and Penny can't play this wrong, it looks like. He's in the right place at the right time again. And yeah, that's going to be another. Penny lines him up, drops him down. Penny is having a series, and it's only map 1. 3 more potential targets for him to find. And why not go for it? Ult now invested as well. He can just wait. It's all his. Cryptix does find Jammies, so the site's looking a little bit pressured now. Penny desperate to get involved as the rest of the strain comes through towards heaven on those rafters. And Penny gonna springboard on forward, but Vanity gonna put it towards 12. V1 1 round away now from closing out map 1.
And achieving, in my opinion, their biggest win condition of the series overall is getting map 1 under their belt. And I'll be honest, with how the first half went, for Version1 to respond like this on their defensive half has been so brilliant to watch. Penny, just the stars aligning for him. Every time he rotates, he's finding a fresh angle, and Liquid are just leaning into it every single time.
This time Yampi denies. Quicker on the trigger, gonna find it, and Liquid with the player up. Now Vanity gonna try and do the same. They've got a little bit of room to play with. The double down from Vanity out of nowhere. Suddenly Liquid lose one of their limbs, just taken away over towards that B hit. Spikes down at the back side of things. This is a problem now. This could be V1 closing after the back of that answer.
Yampi and Soulcast slowly making their way towards ramp, but already look at the bodies from V1 they've thrown over here. Zelsis and all his utility and the lockdown at their disposal. They're playing so deep right now. They're literally rent-free in Liquid's head. They want them to push. They want them to make mistakes. They want them to have to run the clock down and clear all of these close angles.
Liquid have to do this step by step. They've got to get towards these sites, but there's players in every single corner, as you said, playing it so smart. Vanity gonna watch Yampi make the cross, but Yampi does not care. Finds Vanity, needs more though. Soulcast on the push, gets it. Liquid
Huge.
digging deep on this one. Soulcast finds it when needed. 12-11, it ain't over yet. I ain't singing and Liquid ain't done. They have one more round to go to drag it to OT, and V1 get one more shot to close it out in map 1.
It's beautiful there for Soulcast to remain in heaven and be the one to shut down
One enemy remaining.
Zelsis' ultimate. It's just fantastic work from them. Yampi does what he needs to, gets down and dirty, digs Vanity out of hell. But this right here is brilliant stuff from Soulcast. Actually comes through and finds the second. I'm amazed he finds the second actually after the information of the first, but 12-11 now for Liquid to force overtime in map 1.
Smoke's down.
Patience is key in Vanity. You wouldn't do it again, would you? Cryptics, Yampi, Scream, they're all there. And Vanity
Oh,
waits. He gets down one. He's going to get a freebie, but he's going to be instantly traded out, and it's going to be go time. On the other side, there's going to be Jammy. He's going to find Scream, and he's now so ready. Utility invested towards the site. There's no quick plant from this. It's going to be Liquid down to just 3. Cryptic, Soulcast, Link. Zelsis... Link? What just happened towards Mailroom then? I do not know, but Penny still waits. The raid boss from up above. But now look, roll your minds back. Remember when Penny was the player that pinched the rotations from Mailroom? It's Link's turn to try and do it, to keep this rotation safe. The spike is going towards A as we speak, and it's going to be down to Link. If they do just try to go through mid, he's got to hold them back. Penny, Effie's,
no.
Penny cracks it open, and now it's just down to the last two, Cryptics and Soulcast. Spike on the way now, should be able to get planted, and Soulcast can get a deeper post-plant position.
Cryptics has both snake bites as well, so if he could reset into a position where there is a lineup available, then it relies on Soulcast really taking very close contact.
Oh, they're playing him in.
This is
This
beautiful.
could be so nice. Soulcast, this is so much pressure on this man's shoulders, though. 2 players coming around this side. They don't check it well enough. And Soulcast just obliterates 2 of them. Penny can do nothing but die, and Liquid are not dead yet. We're going to OT.
A huge round delivered on the back of Cryptics and Soulcast. Fantastic work from them to close that one out, tie things up, takes us to overtime. And Version 1, I gotta say, right there, I mean, Liquid responding perfectly to the fact that actually we're gonna lean heavier towards, mid and heaven to try and cut this off, but 2 massive kills. A little sloppy on the double peak there, I'm not gonna lie, but great work nonetheless. You can see what it means to them to take this one the distance so far in map 1. A Scream seal of approval on that one.
He's up, dude. He's loving it. He's like, I see headshots, I awake. Here he goes. And now at 12-12, we know how it works. 2 in a row, you get it. Straight back in, though, Liquid. Going to be in the right place, potentially the right time. 3 players stacked towards A. Yampi going to be re-peeking down to this, but Penny has been having a game. Isolated this time, though. Forces Yampi to take the shot and gives himself the angle.
Again, we see this utility invested towards A main, the Molly and Viper utility try and cut off, create a one-way angle actually, but Vanity doing this thing elsewhere on the other side of the map, and actually that's going to draw Version 1 to rotate back through sewers. They're going to leave 1 member over there. Jammy's going to sit tight for the time being. Version 1 just desperately looking for something here. Looking for Liquid to give something away. Oh, did they both spot? They did indeed. Yampi, unfortunately, doesn't get it on the repeat there, but you know what happened previously with Jammy's in this lurking role and how much space he was able to find, and this is it. They're going to bring, actually on the back of Yampi peeking. It's a three-man stack.
It is, and so much information off the back of Soulcast reaggressing through B halls. They can kind of clear main, and Yampy, yeah, he missed the first two, but the third's just fine. There is still pressure coming down, though, and it will eventually come through mid, but Soulcast might get the flank, but now he focused towards the site. Keep that in the back of your minds. It's still waiting on the site is Cryptix. He's got the support from Link that gets found. 10 seconds remain, and nothing's coming through. Vanity needs to find this with 9 seconds. Scream says no. It's 13 now for Liquid. One more, and map 1 is theirs. If not, we go again.
Match point.
And again, just a perfect response after Liquid are able to put the brakes on that momentum built on version 1. Was it 7-round streak for them? Comes through here, and again, just composure from Team Liquid here to sit in formation.
10 seconds left.
Again, hold on to this stack on A as well. You see a brilliant adjustment though from version 1. As soon as they see Yampy, they know he's going to back away. He's not going to play close contact with their operator, and they lean heavy back towards basically an all-out hit onto A.
But version 1's defensive side was so good. Jammy's clutching out, Zelsis with the damage, Penny being everywhere. Don't think it's over yet. Liquid was struggling on this half for a while. Already Link slipped through a little, but Liquid have mid, but what does that really get you in this point?
Well, question comes out. I mean, actually, the biggest problem for Liquid was Penny obviously purchasing that operator, and here in overtime, he's actually opted for the Phantom and the armor. Obviously, we know Yampy ran that glass cannon, so to see how Liquid readjust towards that, whether they're not going to stack up for a coordinated hit here. They posted Link up in ropes. You can see them as 4 creep towards Garage. Should be able to make better use of the Viper wall here, though, because it's not going to be Penny swinging out on the back of it.
Yeah, but there's still Vanity, there's still so many others. This isn't just the one-man show. Vanity's going to show you as to why. Yampy already going to be found. And now Liquid seeming to do the same again. Let's see if it makes any difference. They can't back away from this. They've got 19 seconds. They need Link to be huge in this moment. He's found Zelsis. He's opened up heaven, but they need to make this hit count. 10 seconds. It's all they've got to work with. They still haven't cleared the site. Vanity, he's still going to get one. Effie's finds Link, and Effie's gets another. 3 seconds. They've let it go to waste. Scream can just chill this out. That's going to be a kill. It doesn't matter. We go again.
I can't believe it. It comes down to literally the type of round we were talking about being Liquid's demise in the past. The clock runs out. A moment's hesitation on the back of Vanity finding this kill. Again, just off the sound cue. The thing is, Soulcast is so close. It's a slight readjustment on the timing there on the utility. Again, here, able to find this kill as the plant tries to come through. It's the utility off by a split second. We go again.
Tactical timeout in OT. Oh. Interesting. At this point, I feel like Liquid struggling to convert that round. There's been so many times they've gone for that strat and it doesn't work out, with or without that op, right? Like that's the scarier part now, is they didn't break it even though Penny didn't have the op in play. There was still so many problems there for them that they still have to address that. They still have to get past that here. Obviously not in this round, they'll be starting out on the defending side, but again, they still have to work out a way to break it. And it's then you look for V1. Right? I don't know, I mean, V1's attacking side hasn't necessarily been bad, Hypok.
No, it hasn't. I think really start kind of getting into a groove. And like I said, Penny really getting his head into a position where, you know, stars were able to align. He was able to be in the right place at the right time. That's the reason you see here on the timeline, V1 were able to string together so many rounds.
Is this all in A?
It's looking like it. And they've done this a couple of times, right, to respond to Scream showing very early presence. We'll have to see how it works out for them here.
Yeah, it is. Again, last time they just barreled through this. Get your gun out already. Scream gets
Same
overrun.
thing.
Penny, so pacey on it. Link, two. The third, no, not going to help on Zelsis. Has to just bullishly work his way back in, but the site's going to be taken. Scream getting caught with just utility in hand. Uncharacteristic for sure. Spike now planted. It's retake time already.
3v3 though. Again, the damage done actually. Talk about the HP and the utility on the side of V1. Jammy's actually has to avoid some of that, but we'll get flashed as well. Soulcast's going to swing. The first goes in favor of Liquid here.
Great utility usage, clearing all these angles. Look at this. Effie's now forced to fight. This is brilliance coming out. Zelsis called upon. They need him to deliver and he can't do it. Soulcast on the clear in the end, but between him and Cryptix, that utility work was absolutely paramount.
And it comes down once again to the composure. They stay cool, calm, collected. Well thought out retake there.
Switching sides.
And the precision,
Match point.
so well done. Isolate both players here. Initially, Jammy's in hell. And again, we read that as soon as it happened, but Link goes huge to find those first 2 kills. Honestly, that's the thing that kept it possible for Liquid. If he goes down there, doesn't find anything, it's a 5v3. And then V1 can flex out. They can play very proactive in the post plant. They don't have to set up this defensive wall to kind of, you know, run the clock down offensively.
But here's been the sticking point for Liquid. They've looked pretty decent on that half, but now coming back in, they struggled on those B takes. They'd been red every single time. The utility was better than anything we'd seen before. Now, I wonder if they try and give away this concept that they're going to go for that B piece again. If they use Soulcast to maybe show that utility over towards B, but then go for this A hit. That's what I'm going to wait for. It looks like they're trying to indicate, yes, there's going to be that same rinse and repeat B piece. However, the answer is that Vanity's actually posted up close towards this. But here comes the hit towards A. A bit of a fake hit comes out. But now Yampy, he's dead and buried, but the trade comes in for Cryptix. That's not over just yet, but Penny's in the back of the site. They haven't checked on Pillar. Penny could run rampant with this. That's going to be 1, 2. Oh, it's all Penny's! 3 out of nowhere. And he's going to sit it. They know that Soulcast is a mile away. And Penny is just bailing V1 out time and time again.
This man has been insane across this entire map.
Switching sides.
Single-handedly
Overtime.
putting that round on his back. And actually the point where Zelsis again finds a kill ahead of the B before they even get onto site through a smoke, I'm pretty sure. But right here, Penny plays his life perfectly. Look at them line up. A massive round for V1.
And I rolling it even back prior to that, I liked what Liquid were trying to sell, the fake off the back of just the utility of Soulcast, but it didn't work out. Penny, man, what a play from him. That could have been such a bad round, potentially, if they'd overly read into that util, but no. Penny just bailing him out. But as said, we go back in now. 16 is the goal. And I see someone walking straight down middle, and it's Yampy. The Finn needs to be ice cold, and he's not. Effie's outdoes him. Soulcast has to back away. This is a big start now. Soulcast quick flash going to try and slow down the hit. Puts down the util to get the full information and see if they're committing. Didn't get everything he wanted, but a quick glimpse is all he's going to get, and the lean back towards A after that pick.
Link's still in position here, but he's got a lot to do to put the slow on this. And actually the mod is going to force all 4 players up, and V1 actually on the fly now. Look at this, the audible's called, but Soulcast in a position to punish it. We'll get traded out. Still 1 player on B site though. Brings it to a 4v3 in favor of V1. They're running rings around them, Lauren. It's the double pump. Look at Zelsis.
It's the double pump. Oh no, it's the drive-by. Oh no, have they overcooked it? Have they absolutely overcooked this? They might have. That's gonna be the spike.
No way.
Oh no, the double pump's gone wrong, Hypoc. We'll talk this through if it does actually go this way. Penny now noted. Link's done so much work, and Penny has to do it again. He's got to find some room for the gun barrel. It's too big, the smoke criminal. Too big for his boots, as Jammies is now in a 1v3. Finding the first would have been the gateway. It gets shut down. Liquid. Holy.
How? I don't believe it. It looked like Version1 were just going to play mind games there, and it's working so well for them. Soulcast actually gets traded out so quickly. I thought he was going to be able to absolutely destroy Version1 in that scenario. They come through, they throw down the wall and be heaven, anticipating that Liquid have already. Look at that drive-by. I didn't even see that.
Even Yampy hitting him. Even Yampy's done. Yampy's just like, no, all right.
No
my
way,
bad.
man. No way. That is brilliant.
The double pump. It's been a minute. But we go back through Liquid on 15 by hook or by crook. I couldn't tell you. But now, this is where the issues once again really started for Liquid. They could not break V1 on the defending side. Hopefully get some audio on this. There it is. Better late than never. Penny. Felt like a second away from that headshot coming in, but backs away.
And 2 players noted actually now. No pivot elsewhere from Yampy and Cryptic. Still playing pretty deep inside A main, but the Force Effie's actually going to invest the wall to cut off. Yeah, so they are reading this correctly. At least that it's an A hit, but look at this. With the wall going down, Penny's going to drift away. Effie's now playing very deep in heaven. This could leave Jammies on an island.
Could. Depends if Effie's feels like he can play back into this. It looks like there's trying to be a bit of aggression from Yampy pushing into the space, which now does mean, yes, that island becomes very apparent and he's noted. Yampy knows where he is. Now he can't quite deal with him himself. He might try to. High flash comes out, and I don't think it was even popped on that. A fake flash finds Jammy. Scream's gonna get it. Penny, though, tries to overextend, and Link punishes. Zelsis, Vanity, and Effie's now tasked with trying to save the day. The switch up finally comes out. Scream to find Zelsis. It's Effie's and Vanity. Spike now down, a 2v5. It's gonna be a tall task. The first step is taken. Utility instantly put down, though. Vanity trying to clear out the back of side. This could be a really good idea. This now maybe causes problems for 2 of the players. Effie's gets to step in, but he has to do something unthinkable here. The attention gets drawn. Vanity finds 2. It's still game on until Link says no. Team Liquid.
Up here, presented by Prime Gaming. Again, no real surprises here on either side, to be honest with you. Obviously, version 1 running with what worked for them previously, but the interesting thing to discuss here is obviously the flex once we look at Liquid. Coming back, Scream on the Phoenix, Yampy on the Jet, and again, this was kind of one of those matchups we were talking about with Penny and Zelsis opposite that, Lauren.
Correct, and I was so impressed with what we saw in those individual moments coming out from V1 against the Crazy Raccoons. I think it was one of the biggest selling points was me being fully on board with him at that point. And if we get Penny now having another performance like he just had, that could be a huge addition. And they need that here. This is traditionally a Team Liquid stronghold. So if you wanted to see V1 have to go against the odds, it's now time to really tune in.
I don't often talk about which side the teams start on, but the fact that Liquid is starting on attack here is actually kind of huge for them. Again, biggest concern being is the shift of pace I'm expecting out of Liquid, and right away here in the pistol round, it looks like we might get that, Lauren.
Eyes turn towards it. Pacey piece to begin with. Let's see what V1 are going to be like on this. Already a little bit of a contact towards Yampy, but it's going to be that split through market that's meant to be the main meat of the sandwich. But already Vanity's on the case trying to deal with it, but there's plenty of players on the other side. They have not made the cross yet. You can see it's scrappy, but now here comes the cross. Already taking a lot of damage, though. Look at the HP on Liquid, but they're still standing until now. Penny and Zelsis in combination can isolate 2, but Yampy comes right back on through. Zelsis just clotheslines him down, and Effie's from the back of the site keeps cool, calm, and collected, and puts the first on for V1.
Version 1 just embracing the chaos of that pistol round. Liquid come through full force, just throwing haymakers coming out of market here. And somehow, I don't understand how Zelsis lived that long. Initially, he took so much damage. He's able to reset, and again, actually just exist inside that Astra utility actually invested on stairs. Perfect opportunity for him to play his life out, and just no real damage converted on the side of Liquid. But, again, early on, expecting a big pace change coming into Ascent here from Liquid, and I pissed around. If there's anything to go by, I think that will continue. It's going to be relentless here from them on their attack.
And I like what we saw before, and I'm glad we get to see Vanity doing this a little here as well. The combination to try and potentially deny some damage coming through over towards that quick A take. It's something that we've seen, obviously, Yampy do, but also Scream lean onto as well. So if they're able to slow this down, this could be a really good look.
pretty close contact here. Vanity and Scream just kind of strafing off against each other. Oh, he did actually spot him out there, but Scream, unfortunately, on the repeat doesn't catch him. Meanwhile, Yampi's actually slipped through the net. Look at this. He's got a teammate as well. Soulcast backs him up. They're going to be able to pinch through from short here.
Yeah, and Vanity's going to have a lot of strain. Joined with Zelsys. Going to do really well to find the first. Yampi can't escape it. Lovely combination of the two. Going to deal with that threat coming through from short. And now Zelsys redoubles in, and that's great again, keeping them just at arm's length. Yeah, one kill comes through. Cryptic. What? Okay. Vanity's still alive. It's all right. It's all right. They can pick up the guns. It could have been lost. They're okay. But something I do want to highlight throughout this game is I really have to keep my eyes on Vanity, especially on this half, because a lot of what I feel Liquid works on is those A takes, and they're really solid normally. If he's able to lock that down and keep, you know, again, that great pacing coming in, joined with Zelsys on it, that's a huge win condition in my books.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know that Liquid are going to be way more proactive here than they were on Split in fighting for early territory, fighting for the orbs on attack to allow Scream to just create so much space seemingly for free on the back of his ultimate. So really, Vanity's a very pivotal member of Version1 in countering that. And straight away here on the buy round, you see Scream once again the fight, be the front line here. Actually, Jammy's jump spotting here, but I don't think Penny was noted. No, he was playing off the back of Jammy's contact, and they will retrieve the orb now and reset away. Initially here, I mean, a little bit of a readjustment here with Vanity being on short and Jammy's coming over to play A site instead of B, with Zelsys actually going to invest his utility on B also.
Keep your eyes on the spike. Currently with Link. And no easy opportunities being found. You can see V1 are playing pretty deep on this, and I like that. They're going to make Liquid work for their dinner. Vanity waiting on towards short. Could be nasty with that judge. That's a little look through. Takes a bit of space. Down to 40 seconds now. Trying to run down maybe some of that utility, but still plenty to be played with at this point. And it looks like that lean back towards A. Keep in mind, Penny has been here, and he didn't show too much early on. Jammy spotting over from Heaven. Good utility use just to make this tricky.
Yeah.
There's going to be a much slower approach. Now, yeah, they're going to at least clear off the kind of shoulder peak from Heaven. Going to get the jet dash in from Yampi, but it's Penny to find it real comfy. They've got 15 seconds. Are they cancelling this?
They're actually going to completely throw the brakes on.
Yep.
And yeah. I mean, Jammy's done fantastic with it. To come down to 25 seconds and still have both snake bites to play, you know, basically on cooldown of the smokes on the wall, right? It is huge. And right there, I mean, it just goes to show, right? Liquid read that and they say, nope, there's no way. There's no way we're pushing through this choke with Jammy still having that utility available. It completely puts the brakes on that round.
I should probably place some stars in the
This is the credit that I keep want to be giving to V1 with their utility use. If they've been watching over the Liquid, you know, games, and they've got themselves prepared, which I'm 100% sure they have been, it's going to be the case of getting themselves mentally prepared for some of those side takes that Liquid have been able to run really well. Now, again, if they've keyed up that utility usage, and we've seen how good they are, one of the big key components that I liked about the way they came into this tournament was how good they were on that Viper meta, how they've always been a big kind of team to keep up with the meta and kind of push it further. Now, if they're on point with 1, their Viper, 2, the Astra, and then 3, throwing Zelsys, that utility usage between the 3 of them, that is incredible, and it's already made such a big problem for Liquid. And Liquid need to address this fast, because that's a really integral part of the Liquid puzzle.
Yeah.
It's a tactical timeout now, because they need to now look at other options or address it now, because it's not going to change going forward.
Dare I even say that this is almost like a tilt timeout? Like to have a round play out in that nature, where on a full buy round it's 4, you just saying, nope, guys, don't even go. Like, they're taking a breather right now, reassessing things, and ultimately we're seeing here that, yes, I think Version1 have done their homework, right? With the readjustment, at least in the previous round of Jammies coming across towards playing A main, they're expecting Liquid to just rotate back and forth, and we haven't seen that all-out A piece from Liquid on their first buy round. Now, that doesn't go to say, actually, that Version1 are still going to be ready for it if it does come. But
so far, tick in the box for V1 here. And the one thing that you'll say coming into this, if they want to look at Liquid, they're going to have plenty of footage on it. But the same for Liquid. They got to see the most recent game possible for V1 on this map. And again, that got extremely close against the Crazy Raccoons, which was a huge surprise.
Yeah, and the big thing there actually is you just talk about the stylistic differences between Liquid and Crazy Raccoons, right? I don't think Liquid are going to be able to drill into the same success. That's not how they like to operate. They don't like to play on those terms.
And we go again, but Penny this time switches it up, goes a little aggressive on the extremity. I love that change of pace. And now Vanity holding a lovely angle. It works so well. Scream just winded. Pellets to the chest. He's down. And now that's a rifle upgraded too. Liquid looking lost in this. Trying to find an option through middle with Soulcast, but already you're going to see Penny fill in that gap on the other side. Going to get himself over there with that lovely upgrade that he's going to be able to working with if he wants it. Waiting on the other side is Soulcast. Already got himself worked up in middle, but it's not an easy pick on Penny. Timing's going to be a factor. Keep eyes on the Omen as well. Spike to hand for Link. Looking to come through. Timing's a factor, but Penny's won it again. Great positioning from Penny to refill the gap in middle.
Plays perfectly off that. And Soulcast actually fires the dart up, you know, in anticipation of Penny being just there and having to turn for it. Now, Liquid, desperation time, and still so much utility at V1's disposal. They will just run the clock down once again. 18 seconds now, and Cryptix and Link have got to make a move if they want to do some damage. So they're just going to opt to save onto this one. An awkward engagement there, but Link and Cryptix will both find kills. Penny will find his third as well, though. The time, as you said, round already done and dusted here. Unless actually, Jamie falls. Oh, nearly.
There was a second, quite literally a second. There was quite literally a second where it could have gone wrong, but no, 4-0. Breathe in, we're okay. We're okay. But let's talk about options now, because so they're being run pace-wise by the fact that V1 are in the driving seat, right? At the moment, they've got that lovely switch up of pace, throwing Penny ahead of it, then filling the gap. Brilliant. Now, let's talk about that utility work. When you have a team that's denying you that much utility work so well, you're going to have to rip it away from them somehow, right? Now, yes, you can go for mad aggression, or you go for the double pumps, maybe the fakes, pulling them out, trying to get that utility away. It looks like a site change for now. It's all 5 towards B here. Yampy, though, going to have to back away from this. Again, the utility, if they draw it all out now, maybe they can re-aggress.
Look at nothing left for Zelsis, and Jammy's already invested a snake bite. Cryptic's actually going to find an opening here onto Effie's. It could still force the issue here. Scream with his ultimate, but only a Sheriff, but Bladestorm's still online. And actually, Cryptic's going to invest a lockdown here. Try and zone off sight for the time being. A perfect flash from Scream to force Penny off that angle. Well read by him.
Penny wants back in. He's going to pop the ult as well. So this does give at least Liquid the cross towards the site. Penny still being held back, but Jammies is still here. Gets a little bit of value for it too. Finding Soulcast is decent. Penny going to dash on in, fills it. HP looking real nice, and the shot's even better with the knives coming out. Vanity finding Scream. This is unreal work. Yampy and Cryptix now backs to the wall. Divide comes in. Gonna make this a little bit trickier. There's gonna be the Killjoy ult as well. So much investment, and Cryptic's barely living here. They're gonna try and play through towards CT. Zelsis gonna find one. He wants the second, not gonna get it. Cryptic's now in a 1v2. V1 says no, and Version1 gonna make it to 5. This is impeccable work from the boys.
What a fantastic recovery by Version1 on that retake. Again, they sit back deep enough. Yes, Jammies is almost, you know, left as a lamb to the slaughter, really, with everybody coming through, but finding the 1 kill before falling is absolutely massive. And actually, discipline-wise, they leave somebody back to watch Scream's ultimate here, but it's Link, and he gets picked off immediately by Penny, and then Vanity comes through, catches Scream on the reset. At that point there, 2 players isolated in B main. We talk about B main being such a huge factor for the attackers, holding onto that in a post plant, and it's dealt with so quickly.
Penny on the op. Gonna be tucking himself in to try and avoid that owl drone coming out.
Spot him. Scream!
Doesn't matter, apparently. Scream's gone. Well, okay, if you need a couple of rounds, boys, I'll get my backpack on, hop on in. Let's get this going already. So big space garnered in mid and short from the back of that one pick. Now, there is still 2 players on A, and look at that utility lockdown. Still so much to work through just on short, let alone you got Zelsis over there as well. So if they want to try and work this, Scream can catch and punish rotation, but try get through this death trap.
Liquid sit tight for the time being, and they come through. Actually, the flash and the dash through, and Yampi will isolate.
Guess that's how you do it.
But Vanity, once again, with a judge now playing close contact. Scream able to create more chaos elsewhere. We'll find Effie's Jammy still over on B now, but Vanity left to defend short. We'll find Link, and actually the spike's down.
Oh, Vanity! Nasty
Oh,
work from Vanity.
Terrible.
This could all fall to pieces, being a problem. He's been forced away by utility. They have to commit towards it, but he's bought time. And Jammy's now is a little closer than before, may be able to make something from this in this 2v3. HP is low, but look, we know Bogdan's law. Vanity can still make it work with that op. Jammy's slowly making progress. He's going to try and find the first. Couldn't quite find Yampi. And it's time to back out with that op. Try and keep that potentially. Or maybe just keep it out of their hands.
Just going to throw it away. Sure, it's at least make it difficult for them to recover. Vanity actually not far off with that first tap there. Yampi playing close on fast here, but nobody from Liquid wants to give anything else away weapon-wise. Big round for them to get on the board. Try and get things going. Scream will pick up his 3rd. It's actually crazy. Even in that scenario, with everything's going wrong, Vanity just drifts back in towards 3. Finds Link on the way in. That's the spike down. And like you said, able to play his life. The fact that Scream still checks that, by the way, like I said, the owl drone didn't see him, and he still has the discipline to check that.
Yeah, if their adjustment now is, okay, we've got to take mid control and then play up short because that main entry is just locked out, fair enough. If that's the change they need, but it looks like a hefty lean, at least early on, towards this B lobby control. Penny again going to go back to this. This time, Scream not going to be the one chasing it. But look at the room that they're garnering towards that A push out as well. Viper checking deep, going to maybe sit up here for a second. There is a Killjoy on the other side, maybe keeping that one in charge. But they've got the information now, or at least the early read, and the rotations are on the way. This is still looking like it's going to be a B piece if they keep this up.
Just an overwhelming amount of utility here. Scream going to come through, clear all this space though. Nobody on site. Everybody able to survive for the time being, and they should be able to get a clean plant here. Now, we've still got decent control of B main also. There's only Cryptics, and Vanity going to spot this utility out and reveal his position. Yampi setting up a little bit of a crossfire on lane also.
Yampi, that's going to be Vanity lost. Cryptic's in the key position.
Perfect.
You have to clear this, but Yampi and him in brilliant synergy here. And now Zelsis going to struggle on it. Yeah, the crossfire's all in play. Great work from Zelsis to find one, but it's the first piece in a long puzzle to unravel. And that combination, Hypok, it worked so well.
It really did, and it could seem to have stopped the bleeding for the time being. Put their 2nd on the board, and Cryptic's really leading the charge for Liquid. 9 and 4, and really at this scoreline, I mean, that's a statement in itself. But you know, version 1, I mean, when Vanity's buying a judge, it's we don't even really need to talk about the damage to their economy. They're going to come straight back into this with as good as a buy round as anything. A Spectre and 3 Phantoms to boot. No ultimates available for them, and Link, the only one really with his online.
Double stack short side. Yampi's on the site. They still haven't quite, I guess, secured the site necessarily. They've cleared it. But there's still a danger here. This retake's real close. If they decide to make something happen, good work from Scream to maybe try and clear towards short to touch. Spike now down, but there's plenty of threats nearby.
Actually, Vanity forced out of that smoke there with the molly. Actually puts him down to 10 HP. Penny now going to try and follow up on this owl drone out of heaven. Actually going to spot out Yampi, but he's able to drop and play safe for the time being. Still a 5v5 here. No kill in favor of either side. The flash is perfect up though, but Yampi finally converts.
Still a 5v3 now. Soulcast finding Vanity. That was a little unfortunate. He was very low. I think it's save time for V1. Yeah, get on out of there. Keep those rifles. Well, the 2 that they have. And I don't think any upgrades are coming. Yampi's chasing. Yampi is just... He's rabid when he wants it, but it's around nonetheless. Link gonna just double check there's no naughtiness happening. No, you're just fine. Back on out of there. And Liquid have stabilized. After the first couple of rounds, those first 5 that came tearing through, V1 were looking untouchable, but the answer's been found by Liquid.
I mean, the race site execution has so many minor adjustments to it to kind of keep it fresh and hard to read. It's going to be difficult for version 1 to deal with, but initially there, seeing them kind of read into the fact that Vanity's been playing the judge, he's been playing these cheeky little, I got to come back to what Potter said, these rat spots, right? Just doing rodent work, playing inside smokes and things like that. But again, just a slight adjustment. Usually we would see Liquid, you know, show some pressure towards Tree. All it is right there, it's a molly into the smoke. They send some shots in, brings Vanity down to 10 HP, forces them out of that spot. And ultimately those are the sorts of things that, you know, when you are at a round deficit and you've got to lean back on the playbook and some of these executions that, you know, version 1 could go away and do their homework, right? And down to the T set up for that utility accordingly. That slight adjustment once again from Liquid just makes it really clean on the way in.
And I love the fact these timeouts, they're just so perfectly called in. You've got, you know, the first one initially from Liquid and the answer gets found. Now right back in it, V1 are like, okay, we've got to find the next step then. It's this constant evolution between these two.
This is Vanity's called this one, guys. I can't buy the judge. I've got to settle for a bucky, guys. We got to take a breather here, slow things down a little bit.
Again, what adjustments can they be making? It's to work out what's kind of been the answer for Liquid. We've seen kind of 2 looks of success now. One, you could say a little thanks to Scream to an extent. That pick on short when it came towards Penny, the mid control catching those rotations was nice, but they've now proven that they can lean back towards that site, maybe when they're on a slightly weaker buy, if maybe the utility's a little lighter, but the execute worked on the other side as well. So, if anything, Liquid showing that they do have a little bit of depth to them now. And V1 may be reading that this is trickier than expected.
I find it amazing that still we look at that buy and it's basically as good as a full buy for version 1 from what we've seen so far. I mean, obviously a couple of weapons saved through. 2 Phantoms. Actually, Liquid once again, as 5 here, going to lean on. Now, version 1 leaning through B main, going to give all this information across. They should be able to set up for this. If everybody can stay alive, Penny in hell. He's got to go big here.
He does need to, but Yampy's never going to let it happen. Finds Penny, and there was that player close on short. They've kind of fallen back towards Tree a touch further. I believe that's going to be Vanity over there. Spike now down. And good work so far. Soulcast going to be keeping track of the back, and yeah, great
good stuff.
Accuracy from Soulcast. This is very well considered. Vanity unable to get much going in this round, sadly, for himself. He is going to be working with just that shotgun. And they all know very well where he's going to be coming from. So, no chance of that today, Vanity.
To beat a rat, you got to think like a rat. And everybody posted up playing distance. It's going to be the Prime Gaming flawless here. Oh, we can
Scream.
Camera.
Scream.
You hate it when you're on LAN and your C button just gets stuck like that. You gotta press it a couple of times, work it out.
Yep.
It's usually the switches. The heat in the studio and everything, and
yeah, it can happen. You gotta lube those switches. You're right. Good point. Soulcast though, lovely work from him. Real precision there.
Give me more. Give me more teabagging when you're 1 round down.
Please, please, you're not even winning yet, really, in this map. I love it. You've just worked it out off the back of a tactical timeout. Get in their heads. We love this psychological warfare, but Penny now forced away. A quick piece coming through middle. They've sent more than just Scream this time. It's going to be all 3 players here. Now, Vanity going to be falling back, but not being subtle about positioning. Could get punished for this. Zelstis, though, knows what's up. Sprays in, gets put down. Yampy and Scream in combination, trying to work towards the side, but it's Effie's back by Bohouse. Still good for 1 on Yampy, but now he's got plenty more to handle. 2 from the right, 2 from the left. Let's see how much more he can get done. Headshot. But it ain't enough to stop them from taking the site. Liquid flooding in. Spike now down. It's a 2v3. Yeah,
and actually, Lockdown invested as well. It's going to force V1 to make a move early to try and negate this, but got to come back away. No real ground gained off that, and Jammy's and Vanity going to be very, very tough to hold on to these weapons with the amount of time. Again, Liquid are going to read very early this is going to be a save, or at least them reverting back to it being a save. Not going to go hunting though. Let's try and protect the economy. I don't think there's much of a need to now with this one. In a perfect response from Liquid, stringing together, what is that, 5 now to tie things up? They were down 5-0, right?
Yes, I believe so. Okay, V1. We've got to get a grip on it now, boys. It's been going wrong. You gotta find a way to stop the rot here, because Liquid are looking like they've just kind of kicked up a gear. They've found the form out of nowhere, and the tactical timeout works. And again, we have to praise the likes of Sliggy in this too. As much as, yes, there's in-game leaders in the game, but he is truly the puppet master when it comes to Liquid. He's always been vocal about it, and he's a great mind when it comes to Valorant. So again, the adaptations, the adjustments clearly working out on this one on the switch up. And the answer yet to be found for V1 on this bit of a shaky purchase here. Guess as best as they're gonna get.
Yeah, the talking point of version 1 and what's considered a buy round for them. But 4 ultimates available. Obviously the Blade Storm popped off the rip. Link actually gonna send the Paranoia through, and they're about to close the distance very quickly here on the back of Yampi. Effys will respond. See if he finds a kill with the Hunter's Fury here, but Penny also. He comes through, he actually isolates Yampi and Tree, and both kills actually.
Penny, this is what you need. If you need a man to step up for V1, it could be Penny leading the way as best he can. Looks like Zelsis could be done for. No, he's still alive. How is Zelsis managing to live
I don't think
here?
I checked that.
You can't.
Even
You
if they
just
come
tried to
through
clear
here?
it
Yeah.
with like 2 pieces of utility.
I was gonna say, even if they force the issue and come through here, there's no way they would have checked on Zelsis, but Cryptix and Soulcast now. Gonna hit the rotate. Penny already preemptively rotated over. Jammies, I thought he might have just been close enough to grab the audio cue actually on the footsteps through mid, but the recon bolt gonna give things away. Penny though, look where he's got himself tucked into
So
with his Blade
good.
Storm.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh, it's cleared.
What? Soulcast clears that? Okay, it's a 2v4 and now it's a 2v3. You don't win these normally without mistakes being made, but I can't even discredit Penny on that one. Soulcast just checking, but 50 HP on Soulcast. They're pushing forward. Effys fights
Shock dart.
Cryptix. Nastiness coming out on Soulcast. The 1v3, there's a couple of players with less than ideal weapons, but the aim still holds true. And Zelsis comes right back in. V1 find their answer in the form of Penny having a round.
Really, really good stuff. And again, just all that aggression. And actually, Soulcast, another tool to kind of create some space for Liquid, for Yampi to kind of thrive in. Yampi and Scream, I should say, actually. Again, pops the Hunter's Fury, sends that through, clears off a couple of really crucial angles. But you can see here, Vanity falls, Penny immediately swings on the back. He knows that, actually, Effys in his Hunter's Fury is going to give him the opportunity to do that. And that's how we found Link. What? I wondered where the second came from, but...
That's how they got the round. That shot, that shock dart. Hold on. Wait, do we have player comms? Did I just hear that?
Okay, I'm hoping there's going to be some kind of montage here of NA comms.
Riot's feeling real risky. There's already been a teabag. They're like, all right, let's just rip off the band-aid. Let's just see what happens, boys.
Open all the mics up.
Hot mic the whole time. Now 5-6, V1 do get their answer back, but that was a big credit to Penny there. They need to find consistency, at least to get this one the nice lead on the half. Yampi still looking for that first start towards short, gonna push away the opponent straight up towards Tree, looking for Penny, who's on the other side of that smoke for now. Zelsis, no subtlety in the steps, and Yampi's gonna swing it.
Beautiful.
Precision is just on it. Screams now join him, and Penny waits patiently, having to watch as his teammates almost got ripped to shreds, but Effy's on the turn, and Penny finds one. I thought he might have gotten more from that, and now a 2v3. Link and Soulcast, 40 seconds, spike to hand, not planted yet, and Jammies wants to try and deny it. He can't see it just yet, gets to side quickly, spots out Soulcast. It's looking like 7 could be on the board unless Link can clutch this out. Effy says no. Version1 steer the ship back on course.
And that is massive, actually, for them to close this half out 7-5. Again, for me, the big thing you look for Version1 in terms of win conditions for Ascent is them not allowing Liquid to absolutely dominate on their attack. Effie's comes up huge with this. Again, finds Yampy, comes through and actually digs Scream out as well, anticipating exactly where that front line for Liquid's going to be set up. Finds the third as well, Link in Hell. A great way to close out that half.
7-5, V1 on the lead here. Now, I genuinely believed this was going to be a clearer run for Liquid. I am so thoroughly impressed by V1's answers that they had in that first half high pike. I cannot tell you that enough, how impressive that was to watch from V1.
No, because I think, again, I mean, it just goes to show really with how Liquid have performed on this map of recent, for Version1 to have such a good grasp on exactly what Liquid are going to do and how they were going to play it. Coming through, actually. Effie's didn't actually get the tag there, but Link's position noted nonetheless. V1 try and close the distance here. Scream actually going to get isolated inside the smoke there. Vanity finds the first. The cloud bursts down. Link does find one, but Zelsis is going to deal with him. Yampy comes through though. Jammies and Effies will fall. And Liquid now turn things to a 3v2. Just Zelsis and Vanity left. No real control here. The door's still wide open for Yampy. Zelsis going to try and get the plant through, and actually that's going to be the green light for Liquid to come through. The third on the round for him. Zelsis actually converts too, but Yampy. Oh, it comes down to the wire, but Yampy finds his fourth. And Liquid will close out this pistol round.
Okay.
It got close there. I don't know how Zelsis found that second. The Nano Swarm doing so much damage to stop that coming through.
And this is the thing, there's a reason they normally make Yampy the raid boss. They give him the armor, the frenzy, well, he gets the armor and he gets the frenzy in hand as well. And it's worked out nicely there, you're right. That could have been mad, as you can see. A little bit of weight off the shoulders, I'm sure, picking up that pistol.
Yeah, I mean, again, with the 7-5 scoreline, it's a good opportunity for them to time them up. But Version1 actually going to invest back into this, Lauren. Now, three Spectres, actually, sorry. The Sheriff and the Frenzy. So, I'm going to try and throw everything at this round. And, again, Liquid actually going to try and isolate Jammies here. They know that, no, just off the back of not seeing anything, they have the opportunity to do so. And now, actually, it's a lot of information garnered just on the back of that push.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that they know they're up against a bit of a force buy, just hearing that from Jammies, so no surprise now to be had. They're going to have to respect it a little bit more. They're not going to get away with maybe a cheeky pick here or there. A little bit of damage done to Zelsis. Good work. Yampy, though, I forgot he'd be able to get the blades out nice and quick. It's so early.
Wait, as well, Zelsis got the lockdown available from planting as well.
That's so sick. That's so much time bought here now. Scream gonna try and crest around Jammies. Not gonna get it that time. Scream now opens up another avenue of approach, and you can see them being boxed in here, but there needs to be a bit of a pace pickup from Liquid. Time's beginning to dwindle, and the last bit of utility put down here. Soulcast finds one in, but Vanity denies Scream, but it's just down to one. Vanity has to somehow stop 4 players. He's got another. He's got to keep going, though, and he doesn't have it in him. Soulcast to close the book on it, and the defuse to come through as Liquid tie us back up now.
This is beautiful. And again, I talked about the information guarded in the early round here. The fact that it's Jammies they spot, Scream goes hunting. He wants to remove the possibility that in a round like this to convert, to basically stop any early momentum in terms of the economy for Liquid. They know that one of the biggest tools would be Version1 playing a really, really deep post-plant lineup. So Scream going and digging Jammies out of that spot is actually massive. The fact that he's the one person spotted from that push early round from Yampy and Scream is crucial to Liquid closing it out.
And crucial to Liquid is Yampy right now. He's having a big performance. He's stepped up. His entry frags have always been something we talk about. Those first bloods that he pulls through are exceptional. Now Penny wants in on the action, though. The slow walk up middle. It looks almost like a contact piece. Let's see. Maybe a burst off the back, but he's looking a little isolated. It is Yampy on the other side, but Penny's the one with the rifle. He can do all the difference. Now that is going to spoil things.
See, Version1 going to immediately reset off that. And as 4 going to explore their way up catwalk here and try and follow this through. Penny actually going to lead the charge here with this Phantom purchase. They come through, dash through. Link actually got to be careful here. Got to survive on the back of Jen. Scream going to bail him out from heaven with the Spectre now. Swings round. Link finds one. Zelsis and Penny fall.
Oh, you can't ignore Link like this. He kept chipping away at damage, but look at the HP left. Effie's and Jammy's super low in this. Yampy, yeah, he's only got the Sheriff, but gets the upgrade now. Steps give it away. It's so simple for Yampy. Doesn't need to see him. Hands in the air. They have got this one now wrapped up. 8 gonna be on the board. Yampy gonna be pleased with that.
And that's massive as well, again, with the Spectres being carried across, with version 1 actually forcing in the round 2 now. This is the worst possible scenario for them. Again, I'll have to keep an eye on Penny's economy, because throwing the Phantom in the mix, maybe anticipating he's going to get his Blade Storm online, I don't know. But kind of being the front man in that play. Again, great work from Scream to find the first. Again, does fall here, but buys enough time for Link to find the second onto Penny. Really, really good work from Link. And you're absolutely right. The audio cue here, Yampy perfectly places. Again, both players, I think, sub 25 HP. Soulcast flexing out a little bit there. Love to see that.
What up now, America? Woo, etc. Rolling it back. Yampy. Oh, no. Oh, no, Jammies. What's happened? Yampy's starting to... I feel confident, and it's weird. Like, oh, no. And now the pace change. It looks like V1 wants to try and switch into something here, trying to lean back in towards B, but there's so many players still dug in deep on this site. It's going to be tricky to bail them out from this Soulcast. Maybe the first contact on this. Let's see. Yeah, okay, gets the first contact. Outdone by Penny, though. Great work from him. And big pickup from Zelsis. Site's now theirs. V1 get to maybe lock this one out. The retake's going to be super tricky. Coming back in from Scream, Link, and Yampy, these post plants are decent. I'd love to have one towards main, but they're all tucked in towards, like, the site itself.
Yeah, I think the quicker Liquid work that out, the better. Tyra actually going to play a really crucial part of this to play almost contact for the rest of V1. They don't have to risk anything, actually, but having said that, Link going to find Vanity on the way, and that could open the door for them.
Could be the gateway, but
they might just want to punish the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just going to play for everyone to die.
Yep. They have so much more to lose. And that's one down. That's a rifle gone. Penny doing everything he can to try and find a way out, but he's going to drag him down with him. Liquid lose the round, but they win the economy game in this, but we are at 8-8.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The round win, sure, but again, in terms of damage control, with how fragile the economy's been for version 1, and now they're in a position where we've won the round, but I don't think they're going to get a comfortable buy out of this. And if they do, they're going to be down to nothing at all.
Yampy on the op. And you're right, they are buying down to 0 on at least Effie's. Penny, not great for cash either, but does have at least the Blade Storm to lean towards. Spectre for Zelsis.
Get out of my way.
Nothing
Vanity
nice
the best
here.
looking at 1700. That's it.
Exactly. Now Yampy's been having a match so far, and if he's got that up to hand, and they're walking cat, it feels like a matter of time, but they might just make it past each... Nope. Sees one. Doesn't get the shot through, but Scream loses his head. Great start from Penny. Needs a little bit more on short. At least he's trying to get more on short. Looks towards the side to try and help out Zelsis, but Link connects well towards 2, but Zelsis finally denies him. A 3v3 now, but no spike plant yet. Need to try and secure the site itself. Heaven could still have been a problem. Now being slightly more managed. Yeah, they have to... They're committing through the Soulcast. Takes the damage. Standing there now, trying to keep space on the site. The post plants aren't comfortable at all, Hypoc.
Oh, he actually tanks through the Snakebite and the Nano Swarm there to try and fight through. Come through, can't let that tag you. Cryptix does actually get tagged up from it, but Yampy is going to get isolated. One onto it, he pulls the Blade Storm. Jammies deals with him.
Now 2v2, Soulcast and Cryptix, what can they do with this? They're not in the ult, they're on the side, they're gonna see Jammies there, they now know, but Jammies takes the fight on Cryptix. Soulcast can't do it. It's on Jammies to save V1 here. And they just tip the scales in their favor.
A crucial round for V1 on the back of a Penny Pop and the Blade Storm are riding that out effectively as of on their full buy. And they convert that. And the score, look at the scoreboard for Liquid. Yampy 23 and 13. Nobody else breaking double digits just yet. And Liquid, I mean, an opportunity here to ride this. A little bit of investment, I guess Solkas can actually save through and maybe consider an operator going into the hands of Yampy, but you've got to do some damage here again. They can't let V1 string another couple of rounds together.
V1, look, we've seen what happens. These guys can pull it back. They have the grit and determination to potentially do it, and seems like all of them are putting up a performance now. It's not just, you know, Penny doing well, it's a lot of them, whereas Yampy is far and away the lead star for Liquid in this map. And he wants in, he's walking again, the damage is huge. Oh, it's not pretty at all, but Scream's trying to make up for it. That's 2. The 3rd, no, Penny. Still staying alive, and now Solkas and Link having to handle the 3 remaining players with rifles and V1 stabilize.
Spike will finally be retrieved. Actually, Penny goes
That's the spike.
on walkabouts?
That's the spike. Why is that the spike? Link's probably confused as well now, but there we go. Zelsis, safe pair of hands.
I guess maybe reading that Link might be, you know, tucked into all the way into Boathouse and playing off the back of everybody else falling and being kind of the last bastion of hope on B side. But look at Scream coming through here, finds both of those Jammies and Effies. Unfortunately, couldn't find Penny as well. I guess just up close and personal, but yeah, a little bit of a misread from V1 there to try and send Penny over towards A, I guess, with the spike.
V1 are making
it costing them.
Yeah, V1 are making a case for a 3rd map here. They really are, and I am so ready for it. Please take me to that 3rd map. I want to see these guys go all the way. Now Yampy back on the op, on the other side, none to be seen. And of course, Penny took a chunk of damage, down to 6 HP. And Yampy sitting in not no man's land, but hard to back away from even as Jet. So is he
Penny actually, let's say Penny actually got tagged in the early
Yampy's
round.
walking. Yampy's going walkabouts. And we haven't seen that look from him yet. That would have been the spike spotted even for just a second as well. He does claim Effie's life, but he now knows there's threats on the site. Gonna try and focus his way towards that main push, but Penny does eventually trade it out, but he did find Zelsis on that. Great work from him to make value of it, but Vanity, speaking of value, 2 out of nowhere, brings this back to a 2v2 rather than a 2v4. Yeah, the HP's low, but maybe they've still got a shot at this one.
6 HP on Penny, 70 on Vanity here.
30 seconds left.
Scream. Actually going to send through the molly here and pop the run it back, immediately dealt with by Penny. One-shotted back and Vanity sent
Spike's off.
packing. He's got the spike.
Spike's off.
This is perfect. Penny can just sit here and keep Liquid.
Scream's thinking about it. He's thinking about short, but they haven't fallen for this. They haven't fully backed away. Wait, time?
10
seconds. Oh no, keep your eyes on that spike. If this could go so wrong. 6 seconds, he's got to get towards the site now. There's no 2 ways about it. Spike now going to go down. This was terrifying. Maybe trying to pull a rotation away, give him a better shot. You got to try and clutch at straws when you're on this HP. The double stack towards hell, potentially Scream now. Looking for his way in. The flash still to hand, going to catch them, but they don't push off the back of it. Penny waits below.
No way.
Barely any HP on this
right
one. They're
above
not
him.
finding the first. Penny waits. He gets one. He moves to the other side and now Scream tasked to try and
No
do it.
way.
He gone. I cannot believe V1
Oh,
just
no.
won that round.
Oh no. They had absolutely no business winning that.
Down A.
A combined, I think by the end of it, a combined 30 HP. Vanity finds 2. Cryptics, he was up there for so long as well. And do you know what? Penny's holding the dropout towards Jen as well. On the back of Scream using the wall. That is insane. Version 1 now. 11 rounds to 8. And TL
Yep.
wisely calling attack timeout. This is... I mean, they're scraping the barrel at this point. What have they got left? I mean, Version 1 have had the perfect response to anything that Liquid try and set up here on defense. Have just looked so good. Vanity is having an absolute blinder here on Ascent. Penny as well. Both of them.
Yes. What a performance from V1. I am telling you now, Liquid, as said, this is their stronghold. V1 have pulled up and actually shaken Liquid to their core on a map they were undefeated with this roster. No one had pushed them yet. Not like this. Impeccable work. The preparation is perfect. The mid-round calls are great. The decision-making's been good. I don't know what the answer is for Liquid here. They look lost.
They do. I mean, ultimately, like I said, I don't want to say Liquid's defense is weak on Ascent, but this relied, in terms of looking comfortable, this relied on Liquid running away with their attack. Because right now, I mean, on the half, it's 4-3, right? It's 4-3 in favor of version 1, but the 3 rounds that Liquid have come through have been on the back of winning these post plants, and Penny gonna open things up once again. Soulcast immediately falls.
Penny is just leading the way right now. Happy to take these fights, take the space. And Penny needs to clear the back of side. Cryptic still here, though. That's gonna be 1. Gives him time for a second. The 3rd evades, but Zelsis trying to do everything he can to make that not go too far away, but it's done damage. And now the 3v3, but look at the weaponry. It's still not perfect. Gonna force out the ult, sure, but now they're gonna come back in through Cap. Penny finds another. That's big value there to find Yampy. It's Scream and Link now left to potentially just back away here.
They've got to respect the lockdown and actually gonna get detained on the way out here. This is tough. This is really tough. Again, the lockdown comes so early, and it's actually Yampy that tries to challenge it. Zelsis is now going to set up for Scream in main, but actually gets flashed out here. Brings it to a 2v2, and Scream going to find an upgrade.
It looks like he wants to go for a bit of this. Give it a crack. Dives on in. Penny at the back. Effie's beside him. This crossfire's good to hold. Gonna be tough to try and do anything with. Scream's found Effie's, hold on. Penny gonna find Link, but he has to still find Scream, buys the time. Penny doing the dance! Scream gets him!
No time.
But time has dwindled away, and the calm, collected approach from Penny is more than enough to bring us to 12 for V1.
On the brink of forcing the 3rd map here. And again, on the back of Penny just full-on swinging into B main. I think Soulcast caught with his pants down. You got to say it, right? Yeah, completely caught off guard by the recall on the total fake thrown out by Vanity. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is the map that I thought was just going to be so comfortable for Liquid. And with the way the V1 played on Split, yes, there was going to be a chance, but not like this.
Bring it on. Map 3 now going to be on the horizon. 1 more round. Liquid can still give it a good go. But it ain't going to be easy. Link on the switch up playing from Wine. Going to let potentially 1 past him. Maybe the timing didn't see Jammy's pass, but he's going to hear the steps. Now, what can he do from this position? Soulcast, sure, takes the attention on short, but now timing's a factor. Vanity gonna be the first to be found. That spike now lost. That's gonna be a problem. They have to clear this position. That's another angle they weren't ready to worry about, but now they have to. A late clear could come through from Effie's, however, but Yampy did find Zelsis. Link still being a nuisance in this. It's basically a 2v4 on the site. Unless they can clear out the player at the back by Wine. Link is now gone. Effie's takes him down. And now the 3v4. Penny.
How? How did Penny still find a kill there?
I don't know. I do not know. I cannot tell you. No players detained this time, but Yampy's taken over the side. Soulcast on the spike itself, holding this down. Is there anything to stop him right now? No one is taking him off this one. It looks like the defuse is gonna come through. Liquid live for another round.
Great stuff there. And again, I gotta say it, Link is alive for so long in Wine, and I'll have to take another look back at that round, but I don't feel like enough is happening elsewhere. Like, Link relays the information that Effie's in main as well. I feel like Liquid, they need to take control. A little bit of hesitation coming out there. They know that they have a favorable man advantage on site, and Link is literally buying so much time for them.
Now the money, not perfect. You have Vanity on a Spectre and Jammies as well, but they've been showing that they're pretty solid on this. And mid-take comes out, Scream. Player watching towards it. They have backed from this. A bit of a utility towards short. Try and keep that safe for a second. No aggression shown yet from Team Liquid on the defensive side.
Toxin screen down.
Let's see, 3 players from Liquid stack up on A with Scream making his way over here. Hunter's Fury getting invested by Effie's, clear out a couple of these angles. No tags coming through, and actually, a spot out, but the spike is found. Yampy with a judging market now. He's got it all to do. He's going to find another one as well. Zelsis falls. Penny, got to be careful here. 48 HP.
He's being closed in on as well. Yampy wants this. It's going to be the battle of the Jets. Yampy's going to show him how it's done with the judge this time around. This will more than likely be double digits now as Effie's is your last alive. They're all just running through middle. Don't be making me nervous. 2 kills for Effie's, but another on the board for Liquid. We're at double digits now. And I want to know what the money's like for V1.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point here, 12-10 doesn't really make a massive issue because, I mean, they're always going to buy if it does go to 12-11, but...
Just what quality of buy do they have?
Exactly. And with the way that the purchases have come for version 1, it wouldn't surprise me if, regardless of the situation, we see them throw everything into this round. Financially, at least. No, actually, look at that. Yeah, this is I'm surprised by that. It's a Spectre on Penny and Frenzies across the board. Utility invested, though, in full armor on a couple of players.
They're playing for the last potentially here, unless, well, I mean, they've got a site for free, which is, oh no, they've got, Penny's just found one on the site. Now, Vanity to get lost in the meantime. However, Link being removed does create some space there. You can see just the little grabby hands trying to get hold of that rifle. Ultimate comes through. Soulcast, can he dissuade any of this? Yes, that's a good connection towards Penny. Needs a little more, gonna stop the plant for now. Zels is gonna try and control towards Heaven. It's gonna do some damage, as does Scream, though. Powerful punch there towards Effie's. Now, where is that spike? Still locked with the Killjoy. Good work from Zelsis, but a better trade for Cryptics. And now just Jammy's left alive. Does have that Frenzy, but it's been handled by Liquid. And it does look like they're gonna play for that final round now.
Yeah, again, Jammy's left in that position where I think the plan was to leave him in a strong post plant with a lineup.
Maybe.
Was an orb goes out. Gonna actually keep him alive for the time being. He's got the upgrade to the Phantom and the ultimate. Doesn't choose to invest it just yet.
He's got a 1v1. It's clean. Oh my god, he's got a 1v1, and now it's looking like it's possible. Yampy though. Oh, finds the angle. Jammy's almost did the unthinkable. That would have been something else. The first, the clean kill. The second, unbelievable. Walked away with what, 10, 15 HP, but woof.
This is massive though for version 1. No, if
damage,
we think
dude.
Bigger picture here, like Penny's one of his ultimates. Zelsis is one away from the lockdown. Jammy's didn't invest the Viper's Pit.
I thought he was going to.
We got some huge conversion possibility here. If version 1 get an advantage, they have so much to throw at this in terms of utility and ultimates. And Liquid have nothing now. Hunter's Fury and the run it back invested there. It's Yampy with the Blade Storm, that's it.
He doesn't care. He's got his op. It's a timeout. Oh, what a pressure moment. Holy. They could just go for a random switch up, dude. Like, V1 they've got a lot to play with, right? So they could go for something a little fruity.
Got some playmakers.
Try something out. Yeah, but Yampy's getting aggressive. Link could try and set some utility in motion, maybe, and it looks like they come in this way. Who knows? I mean, this is all theoried, but I can't believe it comes down to the final round. Either we go third or we go OT.
Again.
Again.
Of course, this is the way it plays out. The first time EU plays NA, it comes down to
right?
This.
It had to.
We're getting another.
Keep in mind, we still have Sentinels Fanatic, dude.
Yeah,
we still have that today. Like, I don't care. I'm popping a Red Bull, dude. Yeah. Woo, something sweet to end the evening with. This is the thing, right? I get we tell the whole narrative of EUNA, I don't know, whatever. Like, but genuinely, this is just good games. This is just great Valorant between these two. It's so sick. And now, we're moments away. A good purchase for either side. No massive problems to be seen. I'm looking at a little bit of light utility maybe on Cryptics in that regard.
I mean, the only problem I see is if V1 do decide to fight for these orbs. Like I said, Zelsis, if he gets the lockdown online, going to be able to zone off either site. They're going to be able to take full control, get the Viper's Pit down. They're going to be able to set up so strong if they can combine the lockdown entry and the Viper's Pit to secure site control. And then on top of that,
What are you meant to do?
Yeah, Effie's only 3 away from the Hunter's Fury once again. Jammies can sit back and play post-plan. There are so many possibilities for version 1 to close this out.
But there's Yampy with an op, and he's holding the right angle. So we have to see where it starts. Yampy's going to commit to this potentially. Now, bear in mind that Link got away with playing one, but Yampy falls away.
Ooh.
Okay, he's falling off that. Zealous is going to take a boatload of damage early on. And here we talk about it. The ult economy, you're spot on with this.
Cosmic Divide goes up as well. Look at it. They're literally going to invest everything to get on.
But they're not pushing yet. Maybe this is now going to be the go symbol. There it is. Going to get Yampy forced away for now. They're going to take the side control. This is all so picturesque, the take thus far. And there's the ultimate coming out as well. 3 ults invested, and I can't blame them for a second. And now the question mark gets put to Liquid. You got a way back in. Scream's gonna find the first step towards Vanity. That opens up middle and short as a potential route. 2 playing from the backside of main, 2 on the site still left though. Soulcast has made his way down, but it's that Viper's ultimate that's gonna be a problem. Yampy walks in, gets met with a bullet to the brain from Penny, and now 4v4 starts to ensue. Penny again though! Finds the space, gets Cryptic, Soulcast quick reply, and there goes the ultimate. Soulcast on the side needs to find more. Penny is blinded, he can't see enough of it, and now there's desperation being shown by V1, but time, it's dwindling. Link finds Penny, and this is all it comes down to. Effies, can you deny it now? Oh, he's gonna rip Soulcast away, and they've gone and done it.
Attackers win.
Oh my word.
Time gaming agent select at that. What are your thoughts now?
I mean, after the 2 maps we've seen, I don't think I have many thoughts. I did not think we would be coming here. I mean, expectations-wise, Scream coming back onto the Sage, Yampy coming onto the Killjoy. Those are obviously big talking points for Liquid.
Yes.
Actually going to come through with Cryptics on the Viper and Link on the Brimstone. Now, again, I got to say it here, with that performance on Ascent from V1, it's clear they've done their homework, right? Now, coming back to Haven, where we've seen Liquid really reinvent themselves recently with this composition, it's going to be another big test for version 1. And I mean, I already said it was a testament to V1 to make it as close as it was on Split. But again, just on Ascent, the mid-round calling, the composition difference right there on Ascent, it played perfectly into V1's strengths. They were able to slow down, dictate the pace, which is basically the cornerstone of Liquid's Ascent game plan. And actually, coming into Haven, it's the exact same thing.
Now, welcome to the no duelist look that gets run as well. It's not the first time we've seen it. V1 will be on the attacking side, Team Liquid on the defending side. And this is all for all the marbles. This is the first time EU and NA get to clash, and it's the perfect celebration of that. However, V1 going to start taking that space towards B. There are 2 players already waiting here, though. Yampy being one and Scream the other. A little help from that Viper. Gonna help out, deny any early contact off the back, and a lean back in towards Garage.
And Soulcast actually, great response there to send the Trailblazers through and pick up all that information. Scream and Yampy now tucked on B site, and we know where Yampy has looked so dominant previously here for Liquid. V1 going to stack up behind the Viper wall. As soon as it drops, play contact here. The bolt comes through. It's actually going to pull Yampy's sight away, but still good for 1.
He's able to turn back in time to find Vanity at the very least. Now, there's a good trade to come back in, though. And it looks like they lean back towards C. Now, Soulcast is going to watch this. Lower than ideal, 22 HP, but good enough for the frag to find towards Penny. There's other players here. Jammy's going to work through on long. Soulcast dead, can't do it. Going to get some flashbacks to map 2, but Zelsis can't convert. Screams on the case. Now Jammy's a 1v3. Needs the pick, can't get it. Cryptics denies, and it's going to be Liquid with the first.
Again, remaining composed there. Liquid running back and forth and not giving up and leaving a gap open for version 1 to essentially isolate and I guess capitalize on the contact shown on B. Actually, Soulcast, balls of steel with 20 HP to hold onto that position on logs. Unfortunately, Cryptics has to pull away and hit that reload, and Effie's identifies the fact that he can flush that out with a shock dart. Unfortunately, it amounts to nothing, and Liquid put the pistol round up. Spectres across the board for them.
Scream gonna take space towards long. Jammy's on the other side. Timing's a factor. And Scream finds it. No quick kill there, and map control maintained for Scream in that regard towards A. Soulcast goes for the info find, gets a little of it. And again, this may indicate once again that little bit of paranoia that could build through that garage play coming in. Now, again, we have seen that EU does tend to lean away from directly holding it, more the extremities off the back. And Yampy, speaking of back, playing very deep in that B side himself.
You want cautious in approach here. A little bit of utility sent out, but keep an eye on Penny, who managed to slip through garage here and backstab onto Yampy. That's Yampy. He's going to find Soulcast.
No way. No way. Cryptix is sweating bullets now. He's in so much danger. This is huge. Link does find Penny, though. I thought maybe Penny could have punished from deep CT, but no. Scream tries to deny the plant, doesn't get it, but he does at least get the player. And now the 2v1 Zelsis, what can you do with this? A little bit of utility to play with. Could make something out of it. Both going to play back through on CT. Okay, that's going to help out Matters. He knows where one is. Did they spot him on the cross? No, he's going around the world. Hypok, this could be incredible for Zelsis. The spike is not for him. So he sees one, he's going to take that chance. It's clean enough. Now the utility comes into play. Scream is not loving it at all. Time begins to dwindle. He knows he's got the time on this Scream, though. Going to try and sit this defuse here. He's going to get to a bare minimum halfway. Takes himself off it. Time. Zelsis knows he's got the time on his side. He's going to make the peak right now, and he's got it! Zelsis, what a play!
A massive round, the Red Bull clutch from Zelsis there, just running rings around Scream and Link. Perfectly played. Absolutely perfect. Penny comes through. Yampy's even wise to the fact that that's even a possibility that comes through. Effie's comes through, finds another kill as well. Unfortunately, Cryptix just gets overwhelmed there and just ran out of bullets, couldn't find anything. At this point, yeah, it's not planted for him, but like you said, the utility. Zelsis is able to play that so cautiously, and it works out perfectly for him.
And a quick start here. This is going to be a couple of upgraded pistols, but that's it really for Liquid. And I'm glad, actually, I'm glad the Potter brought up the point about Yampy's style when it comes to that, when it comes to Jet, but it's going to be more exemplified when you watch him playing on a Killjoy. It's very unorthodox. It's the player, not the agent, when it comes to Yampy, I think, is the biggest key component. And I'd never seen someone using Killjoy the way Yampy did on the attacking side especially. So keep your eyes on that. It is very weird. It works, but it's very weird. And it kind of characterizes him as an entire player when it comes to Valorant, but who am I to doubt him? The guy is actually nuts. But at this point, this round shouldn't amount to too much if it's played out concisely by V1. This should be a comfy one, but I mean, the second they probably shouldn't have been able to turn with classics, but here we are.
Scanning ahead.
He's going to send out a shock down to the front of B. Vanity actually going to walk up behind it. Yampy still holding on though. We'll deal with that. Well, actually, again, this is all a ruse. Liquid have completely misread this as V1 get themselves a free site on A. We'll get a clean plant off as well.
Spike plant. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
And keeping it clean should be high priority for V1. We want to keep those rifles up. And takeaways. Yampy did get the Spectre, but that's not the end of the world. Zelsis falls to it. Penny's going to get pushed. Penny does get time at least to readjust towards site, but it's not too safe now. Getting swarmed. Yampy's found 3. Now the post-plant setups. Let's see if they're good here.
Here we go.
This is something that V1 really impressed me with in their previous games. Soulcasters find jammies, but they still have to clear Effie's here. They can't get on the spike yet. Big denial on this. Big damage from Liquid, sure, but they can't stop it. Effie's again just raining down hellfire. Great work from him to secure this, to make sure it's safe. And this is something that stood out to me, and I think it was in the Cloud9 game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know NA fans out there watch these guys like a hawk, but their post-plant setups here, and this isn't just the site that they do it on, I mean for all of the sites, are extremely robust.
Yeah, it's perfect. And again, you know, yes, you can lose whoever you want on site, but with the snake bite, the vulnerability and the shock dart coming through, there's just nothing that Liquid can do. They can't even get the first half of the defuse going. Really good stuff there. Yeah, look at this. Straight away, Penny throws himself into sewers. We'll find Scream, but Link good for the trade.
Cryptics. Cryptics. This is so risky to make that play. Yampi's going to be able to catch one on the cross. That's Seaside theirs. And keep in mind, you still have Effie's alive who can make this costly. Safety to be created by Zelsis. And this retake is looking so unlikely, but Soulcast going to try and step forward. 5 seconds to make this count. And still have Zelsis protecting this like a mother hen. Not going to let anyone near it. Yeah, not a chance. And detained as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Okay.
Oh, dearie me. V1 strides now.
Yeah, a little bit of wind in their sails. Looking very comfortable. And I'm with you. There's no reason at this stage of the game as well, when you're still trying to get a feel and, you know, send out these little fact finders early on. I can understand it. Cryptics wants to walk C long after the contact comes through in sewers. It makes sense, but it's so risky. So risky. And actually V1 set up in that default that it's dealt with immediately. I gotta say it. If it's me and I'm playing in the first EU versus NA game, I'm knifing Link there. I gotta say it.
So you need like a JW or someone. You need someone to do nasty things with knives, man. You just need that player just to do them dirty.
I'm sure.
Now
I'm pretty sure all of Twitch chat would have wanted that as well.
True, of course. Of course, we love a bit of it. Why not? We've already had the tactical crouching coming out from Scream. You gotta get involved. But at this point, we do have to say, if Liquid aren't prepared for this, now I know that someone like Sliggy will be pouring over version 1 on this map. It's a really good map for them, especially as of late. They play it very well in those post-plant setups. They excel in it. And I was a little worried without Whippy, it wouldn't look as strong. I don't know how Jammies fills that role, but it looks solid enough so far. If they don't disrupt those post-plants, Liquid are done for. They're already showing that this is something that version 1 can do time and time again. Liquid need to find an answer to this. Now, it's not going to be the first team the Team Liquid will play that uses style, right? Like, EU uses this a lot. They've played against Fnatic. They've had to deal with these heavy post-plant teams that can run it with the utility so well. But if they're getting on the site and they have at least the Sova or the Viper still up, I mean, you're going to be on the back foot instantaneously.
What to see here was scrappy purchase from Liquid. We can muster together here again. Not really seen any of that proactiveness we've seen from them before, especially on Haven as well with this Asian composition switch up. Yampi now got the lockdown online. Soulcast does have the Seekers available.
Oh no.
Immediately, Jammy's going to find out Link once again. Liquid will give away the first blood.
Placing sentry.
Penny now. Didn't quite catch that glimpse. Just the smoke keeping them safe here. Should be a default round coming out from version 1. Don't want to get caught off by any weird stacks coming out. You want to kind of feel out any of these potential positions that Liquid could be trying to make work with those Buckies, Judges, whatever you might have. And Soulcast now knows he's got trouble coming his way. Vanity gonna try and keep this one locked in. And Scream, not known for the sniping, at least in his historic career, but hey, a headshot's a headshot. And the slow creep towards B has already begun, so Penny's got really good progress here.
So he's gonna get himself in behind. Yampi's, I guess, setting up for a lockdown retake on A there, but caught sleeping. Effie's will get a clean plant on B site here, and Liquid down to 3 with questionable at best weapons. You got to close the distance fast, and with V1 already setting towards mid, this is very difficult here. They can just play distance, and there's not an awful lot Liquid can do.
No. I mean, you can try and maybe catch a player out, get a gun away, but it's going to be one. I think that was only a Spectre, though, yeah. So
yeah.
It's not even a great takeaway from this. You're not really costing them too much. That could have been something, but no, Zelsys not going to let it happen. Soulcast. It's a little bit of damage, but by now, as we've noted, there ain't much more coming from it. And you know Zelsys is watching that rifle. Yeah, not a chance in hell. Zelsys, good control, making sure they police those weapons. No freebies found. Liquid being given nothing. Plenty of ults coming around for them. The ult progress is going to be there, but they need to stop the rot. They do not have an answer yet. Now, yes, the timeout came in prior to a low buy round. So you've got to look at the answer that they came up with during that tactical timeout to be now.
I didn't even realize that was how Link got picked up in the early round. And again, just seeing Yampi set up for the lockdown there, you can see now Zelsys trying to get in their heads. And I mean, working, honestly, this is uncharacteristic of what we've seen recently from Liquid.
Here we go. Now, I guess the pendulum swings to V1. Do they do something a little off-kilter? Something a little bit fruity on this one, just because they can? You're going to have ult invested here towards mid. Very unique approach to this.
Liquid's still got a lot to work with here as well. Obviously, Cryptic's invested the ult early on. Everything else to make use of, and actually V1 going to lean up here with the Cosmic Divide going
Seekers.
up. So going to have an all-out piece onto C. Yeah, Seeker's going to give away the position here. Actually, the fake comes through, but FB shuts it down.
Incredible work from Effie's there to find Soulcast. He's so good at those pop flashes coming in, but Link's going to try and play ahead of this divide, see what he can do from this one. Already one on the side, make it two, make it three. Oh, that's brilliance from Link. Digs them out of the positions they were trying to get away with. Scream on the site as well, precise as ever. Team Liquid control this C-side execute.
Yeah, really, really good hold there. Again, the Seeker's giving away that information at just the right time, and Liquid invest wisely. Brings it to 4-2 now, and again, really a blemish on the economy of version 1. Still got the lockdown, still got the Viper's Pit on Jammies.
Right here.
3 ultimates on the side of Liquid invested there, but Yampi still with the lockdown. Scream still got the res, so good opportunities to recover here. Penny, another fast piece towards Suez here. Might actually catch Yampi with the operator.
In. He pushes into this. And Zelsys is having none of what he's trying to sell. North America has dealt with these aggressive plays with ops, be it Jet, be it any other agent. They know what to deal with on this. They know exactly how to handle it to instantly make it feel irrelevant. And Vanity waiting patiently, potentially, for this flank to come in. Soulcast has to get the timing just right on this. And it's all about them trying to bide the time towards A as well. They've got to hinder this approach. And Soulcast, the flank's so good here. Does he decide to go for this now? Delete the game. Delete the game. Delete the game. Production,
delete the
turn it off. Turn it off. Team Liquid manager here. Please delete the game. Please. Okay, recovery for me mentally needs to come in because I feel bad.
Yeah, that's not pretty at all. I mean, right here, V1 now actually making space elsewhere, going to capitalize and get themselves onto B site.
30 seconds left.
Still, all 3 members of Liquid huddled onto A site. He's just got to give this up, but Penny looking to punish even further here. Comes up, he's down to 10 HP, but it's a little bit of damage on, but no kill secured.
Penny's going to just cost him so much. He's got 10 HP.
Yeah, I got to say it, Lauren, the cracks are starting to show. The cracks are starting to show. Liquid are crumbling under the pressure here in map 3.
And if I'm Sliggy and I saw what just happened, just to get these players mental back in the right place, I'm going to call the timeout pretty soon. They're doing well to try and keep these rifles. If they have the ability to call the timeout, they need to call it to get this focus right back in, because they're going to tilt off the face of the earth. And it's just how it goes sometimes. Scream is going to get the op back. For now, at 5-2, they're going to try and power on forward to shake it off, but it's a tilter for sure. Don't do it. He's done it.
Yeah.
They've done it. And he's probably going, why can't I walk backwards anymore? That's weird. Huh. It's Soulcast.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm not a great lip reader, but I think that was a, you okay over there, buddy? I'm sure somebody will be able to translate for me. I got to ask the question, why is Soulcast not shooting there? Like,
I don't mind if he was trying to buy more time to see if there's another player.
Guy.
No. I'll let it happen under the pretense and the pretend scenario that he's trying to see if anyone else walks back. I don't think that's what happened. I think he made a meal of it. But we're going to move on. It's one mistake. 5-2. The bigger problem is that this isn't the only issue that Liquid have had. Their issues stretch beyond this. They have not got an answer, really, to what V1 are doing right now. Soulcast gets the info, tries to pretend he doesn't, but it ain't so subtle. Scream gonna fall away from this, but Jammies finds Cryptics in the meantime. They're finding success everywhere on this map right now, and Liquid are looking like they're just... the water's just slipping through their hands. They can't grab it, they can't hold it. They're into a 5v... what, 2? Link and Soulcast, the last alive. Yeah, Link's gonna get a commiseration medal on this. Vanity shuts it down. V1 are just taking this by the horns.
This is absolutely clinical by Version1. They are playing fantastic Valorant right now, and there's none of the positives we talk about with Liquid are working. The structure, it's not there. Version1 are embracing the chaos here. They're making unorthodox plays. Jammies, look, just slipping through Garage. Isolates one kill, gets out, comes through, actually flanks back onto Yampi, trying to retreat into spawn. This is insane. And again, I don't want to come back to it, but structure-wise, behind an emergency sub, the mid-round calling, the audibles, you know, the rotation of these individual players, they're massive for Version1.
It's such a credit to this squad to be able to keep that level so high. They're playing against a really well-refined European team here. Team Liquid, look, I think anyone coming into this who didn't have some doubts, you're lying. Or you're stupid, I don't know which one. We've seen the kind of ups and downs of Liquid if you've watched, but V1 are making it look like they can just tear them apart, create the space. Cryptics tries to keep control of it, but the site's been taken unless he tries to crest this corner. Soulcast by his side, they do get one, but Cryptics overstepped, walked into the line the V1 were holding still, and Soulcast 26 HP. Zelsis, that flank again! Everything! They are getting everything they want out of this.
And I can... oh no. I keep just looking to the player cams now. Vanity's dead and just waving across the arena here. Link, the last man up, Sheriff in hand. I don't even think he's got a decent opportunity to recover a weapon here. Everybody fell on C site. This is an absolute bloodbath. Version1 running away with the decider. This is going to be 7-2 here, and Liquid... I mean, I said the cracks have started to show. This now is a a vast canyon of absence here in terms of the play we're seeing. I can't believe it. I cannot believe everything is going right for Version1 right now. Even just the dry peaks in the early round. It's not even as if they're finding... They're not finding information. They're finding kill after kill after kill.
They are running this game. They are running this game, and Liquid do not have an answer yet. There has to be a timeout. There has to be a timeout for Liquid soon, because they are just falling to pieces. There's no other way to do it. I don't know if they have any left. This has to be their timeout now. Yeah, it is.
Thank God.
If they close out with 5, it's recoverable. But it doesn't take the wind out of V1's sails. They are striding through this. Look at the rounds. Look at the rounds that Liquid have got. It was the pistol and then like a blip on the radar.
I mean, I'll come out and say a round they shouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is extremely concerning now, and we're seeing things like Vanity's going to throw an operator in the mix.
Why not?
So
they can do what they want.
I said, they're going to just embrace the weirdness, because right now they know that they've got Liquid not just on the back foot, like kneeling. kneeling right now to the pressure that Version 1 are putting on. And like I said, we haven't even seen a hint of a pace change from Liquid. We haven't seen anything proactive in the early round. We haven't really seen any utility built behind an execution. It's a passive wall in sewers to stop Penny running rampant towards them on A site. There's nothing Liquid is showing me right now that shows that they're going to stop this, stop the momentum from V1.
As much as I hate to say it, sometimes you're gonna need to come down to the fact you need your Scream, you need your Yampy to come online. I don't think even just strategically there's a clear answer. Their go-to is they need their power players to find these moments now. They need a hero to step up to this because at the moment, as a collective, they are being walked over. They need a spark to ignite and it's not happening. For now, we've got 10 seconds so we go back underway. If Version 1 keep this up, the first half and maybe the entire map is theirs. It's a buy round coming out from Liquid, though. It's time to see what they can do. How deep can they try and pull this one? Jammies, first of all, Link gonna get his foot in the door in this round. The triple stack on A works out and they fall away from this, but it may, if anything, spur on this C piece, which will be a post plant that's still pretty good for Version 1, even without that Viper.
MP's still got the lockdown, which feels like it's been 8 rounds already now, but it's a perfect opportunity to put it to good use. V1 going to get a clean plant. Obviously, Jammies did fall. Link with the orbital strike as well, so possibility for these two ultimates to be invested together. And now, actually, yeah, the orbital strike going to be there to cancel out Zelsis and his lockdown, so V1 got to respect this. They've got to back away. But Effie's Hunter Fury, the shot darts, he's up there. The nano swarm is all running the clock down.
First delay now initiated. Late flank coming through in middle. They have to stall time, and Team Liquid need to get aggressive on these post plants. They've got to dig these players out of position. They can't get it halfway yet. There's the pop of the ult. They got to chase this down. Vanity on bodyguard duty, but he's still standing. FBs takes off Link. Scream now on towards the spike. Zelsis, like a thief in the night, rips him away from the spike, and there is no more time. There's nothing more to be done. Version 1 again flexing in this round.
This is just beautiful to watch. Again, Version 1 can give away the first blood because they can sit in this default for as long as they want. Because Liquid are sweating beads right now. And again, they come through, they get the plant, the lockdown. Yeah, great, okay, we'll run away from site. We'll give you the site back because we have the perfect post plant setup. Perfect.
And you can see they tried to disrupt it, but I love that next layer to it. They still have that lurk through garage. Like, everything's there for them. Yeah, maybe they were able to dissuade some of that post-bomb, but look at the economy, it's shattered as well. Scream's gonna connect towards Effie's, but this just feels like a dire attempt. Sheriffs here and there, Marshall or two, it's nothing to write home about. Yampy tries to punish, a tag ain't enough. Not right now. Vanity just takes it on the chin, says, yeah, no worries, mate, 15 HP, that's fine. And we keep going forward. Penny spurred forward, punishing Link for the insolence. This is confidence from V1, and it should be. It's deserved.
Scout destroyed.
Spots out Zelsis, but Jammies wisely hides away from that. Now going to play very deep here. Like I said, V1 essentially, especially with the purchase here on the side of Liquid, they can sit like this. They can wait for Liquid to have to make a move because it's on Liquid to really turn the tides of this game.
30 seconds left.
It's desperation time here. Soulcast actually going to fall away. Screen will find Penny. I think actually that's going to draw Liquid towards C. The Seekers come out, and that's going to give the information away, though. The hit's on A site.
Soulcast flash on through. He got away with it before, doesn't get away with it again. 10 seconds now, Jammy's punishing Cryptics. This is perfection again, a 3v2 now. Yampy and Scream, the upgrade for Scream is there, but Vanity, 15 HP, he's still done him again. He hasn't even healed from the last encounter. Scream, the Magic Man, always able to pull out something for the side, but the utility is just smothering him. He's going to get the first step, but look in the post plant again. Jammies is still standing. They can't. How are they going to get rid of him? How are you going to get rid of this? You lost. and Scream knows it. It's all but done. I am amazed. V1 getting away with this. Liquid not finding an answer to something that was such a huge characteristic piece of what put V1 in Masters.
Yeah, absolutely is. And you know what? I'm absolutely delighted to see Version1 hit this level. Because this one, I mean, it's just insane to watch. Like I said, everything going right for them. Liquid, it can't even put a dent. Even in the rounds where it's like, yeah, maybe they can fight back into this. Version1 are playing perfectly.
They're playing with everything they have. They are putting their hearts and souls into this game, and it's showing at 9-2. Liquid looks stumped. And again, we go back into this. Link on the site, sure. Already utility going to put them in a bad position, but a good combination there to take down at least the first step from Penny, but the trades are good enough. Zelsis going to maintain towards the site. Scream is here. There's that ultimate, though, from Killjoy. Should either clear him out or make him commit. He chooses one side, Zelsis picks the other and wins it out. Zelsis, the site's all his and says, hey, Jammies, you good? You chilling? You ready for that post plant? Fantastic, because I got you it. Just lock it down. Yampy and Soulcast in no position to try and remove these post plants again.
Yeah. There's no flank coming through. Now Zelsis can just buy time. He's got to drag this out for as long as possible, and if he finds one, it's great. He does. Soulcast trades. Here comes the utility. Soulcast has got to charge him down. He's got to do something here. We'll find the first. Jammy's actually going to hold on here. We'll challenge as well, but an opportunity? No. Jammy's deals with it. A 10-2 half for Version1. This has been amazing to watch, Lauren.
It absolutely has. Watching this in North America when they bested, again, Cloud9, I believe, to make their way through to this, I was impressed. I thought, wow, okay, this Whippy guy's great. Like, they've got all of this lovely utility usage. They've got the firepower to support it. You know, you couple that, you know, as said, big brain with the big aim. It's great. It works so well. I thought, but EU knows how to play against this meta, right? Like, we've dealt with Fnatic, we've had FPX, we know how to deal with it. Apparently
Liquid,
not.
I was going to say, Liquid should have been molded by this meta. They literally have had to come through some of the geekiest stuff we've seen in Valorant in EU, and right now, lost. Vanity, walking C long here, actually going to get swung on a couple of members. Dammy's going to put some utility out there to try and bail him out. Cryptics actually will flush him out of that, so Liquid draw first blood in the pistol round at least, see if they can get something on the board.
And this, it's all in Liquid's hands now. Have you got it in you? Have you got the grit to try and pull this one back? Pick yourself up off the floor and pull this game back. The margin of error is minuscule now. And that's what it comes down to. They'll lean towards C with the potential late lurk through Garage here, and they have a step towards site for free.
I mean, so cautious on approach here. It really relies on a couple of these players. That's Zelsis going to respect it for the time being. Liquid will get free entry. Now the Viper wall and Sage wall. Zelsis now comes out. That's Yampy ready to peek on the contact of his turret. Does win out that 1v1. That's huge.
Good work there. Effie's? Hello? Yampy gets put in his coffin, and now a 3v3. Now the HP's a little low for Effie's, and Penny is 50, but Soulcast ain't sitting so pretty either, but time. Cryptics now watches one cross, waits for the second. Spots the second, gets it. That's gonna be Jammies now down. Soulcast and Scream in combination, and Liquid start their absolute Herculean task of trying to bring this game back. And as said, Hypok, it has to be flawless.
From start to finish. It really does. And again, with the way that V1 started to play towards the second half of their attack, it's gonna be difficult because they can just keep making these weird, funky plays that Liquid just don't seem to be able to respond to at all, or even set up to address. I see a Bucky. It's things like that.
Placing swarm grenade.
There's going to be two ways to respond to a scoreline like this. You crumble under the pressure, or it pisses you off and you get damn well better at it. And Liquid looking like they want to just start trying to walk through this game. Already Cryptix, see him chomping at the bit, but waits for the flash to come in, gives him the angle, and gets him the kill towards Elsis. Nice work there on the utility and a good side take. Keeping it clean so far. No threats found for the Frenzies or the Bucky.
Yeah, that's the important note right there. Liquid sets up, utility invested here. Post plant going to be very, very difficult for V1 to break. Cryptix even going to throw a one-way up for good measure. I think Vanity just going to look to come through and potentially do some damage here to the economy. Yami's coming through. Yampi going to deal with that. Penny also, and actually will win out. So one weapon removed at least. Scream good for the trade now. Don't lose another one, Link. Yeah, that's okay.
No need.
It's little things like that. Again, you know, under this much pressure, Liquid need to think bigger picture. They need to keep their eyes on the prize.
And I want to see them bring out, you know, a Liquid special, something unique into this round. I don't want to just see, like, I'll just try a normal hit. I want to see if they've got some tricks up their sleeve, because, look, Sliggy used to love a bit of that, right? Like, you got a weird round coming in, your purchase is a bit strange. Scream's going to go up on the rifle this round, so it's not like it's not packing a punch, but, of course, this is the technical bonus round, but being 11-4 ain't feeling like much of a bonus, really. It doesn't feel great, so... But Version1, the first real shot at it in this second half. Let's see what they do on this is Liquid. Starting their build through, looking like they want to start with garage control.
That's going to clear through here. Is he only going to spot Vanity, but does reveal the judge. And again, if you're wise, the tendency is to drift away from that, but Elsie's got his utility set up. Read out this B push coming through. And actually, lots invested. I think a couple of players going to get stuck inside the dance wall. Vanity still finds a kill, but quickly dealt with by Link. Traded out.
Zelsis right on the verge of this, catching Scream as he tries to work through. Zelsis! He gets the
serious?
trickle on Link! And now
Are you
Cryptix and
serious?
Yampi stunned at what just happened. And the 2v4 presented. And look how deep V1 are playing this already. They are sat so deep in the saying, we'll let you get the plant, it's fine, we can play back in on this, no worries. That's, you're in a 2v4, we're not going to make these mistakes, we're not going to let you get that chance. The rifle is on Yampi though. If he's going to be able to do something, it has to be off the back of this. And it's 2-2 split on the play back in. Yampi is not clean on the first, not pretty at all. Cryptix sweating bullets and Jammy's just walks on in. He gets both.
It is absolutely criminal that that turret is allowed to stay shooting them for that long. I don't even want to know how much HP Link had, but it's little things there. Just deal with it. Just deal with it.
Yeah, at this point, you've had... I know there's so many threats coming in on the connectors, but you're right. There should have been a bit of a handle on that, and you had to have hoped that Yampi could have been cleaner on that first, maybe, but Jammy's with a great just timing on the swing. And again, the pacing and everything looking so good there for Version1. Now this is where you're nervous, because Scream's going to be down on a lighter buy, because he did go for that rifle in the previous, so he's going to be only on, you know, coming out with a Marshall in this. I mean, not exactly your instigator. But it looks like a contact walk-up C for now. Who's on the other side of this? Zelsis?
Blocking vision. Recovering it.
Wait, what?
How
Vanity?
that just happened?
The timing, they'd already walked towards back sight and they just crossed each other like ships in the night, but
Oh,
Zelsis right on through. This is a disaster in the making, as Zelsis wants to be the master of disaster already. The flash is going to force him towards the back of the side, but he doesn't get checked on. He is not being checked on. He's getting away with murder. That's Link now dead, and you're down to Yampy and Soulcast, and this is looking worrying. Soulcast going to dig deep. Yampy bails them out, but there is still Zelsis alive. Still has the option to do some work on this. He's got the 1v1 on Soulcast. Now that's gone away. Yampy's going to be sitting on that swing in CT if needed. Spike's in his control-ish.
30 seconds left.
Zelsis, the timing is everything. He gets one, he sees Yampy, and the nerves are starting to show, but Zelsis, so calm, so collected, clutching it out to 12.
Match point.
An insane play from Zelsis, who this map alone has put on an absolute show. An insane round from him. The Red Bull clutch here, so deep into this map. Look at this, finds Cryptics, negates the Viper's Pit, comes through. Soulcast even responds here, finding 2 fantastic kills.
30 seconds left.
And right here, as soon as Soulcast resets to backside, I'm like, yeah, okay, Yampy can stack up, they can play the same angle and, you know, just trade, right? But somehow, Zelsis, in that scenario, still isolates 2 1v1s. Absolutely insane.
He's got to be proud of that. Penny's going to find Yampy. This is looking like it could be
word.
all but over. Team Liquid falling to the wayside as Version1. I cannot believe the elevation they have found on this map alone. And 3 stand in between them and victory. Scream, Cryptics, and Link are all that's left of Liquid. And Cryptics on the site. Got everyone waiting. Do they even let them plant? It looks like they will for now, but there's that Killjoy ult coming in.
Yep, and that. Gonna keep them on. Nobody actually from Liquid falling back here, so they might even just get detained. Link goes forward. Penny gonna trade one out. Link swinging through. Zelda's gonna trade out finally.
He's detained. He's got to stand as watch as V1 against all the odds, against all the doubt, rise above